Is this a live stream? It might be. I too am crossing my fingers, Dragon. We're gonna see what happens here. What's up, Bottom Boy? Hunting and fishing communities in here. Funny enough, we're gonna be doing hunting and fishing today, provided that things cooperate. Gonna spend some time chasing grizzlies, and then we're gonna jump over to Japan and do some fishing. I'm not sure how we're gonna divide up the time, but I definitely want to get on to Japan some because I didn't get to stream it the entirety of early access. I was so disappointed by that. I had every intention to stream in Friday, maybe Saturday night, Sunday morning, and I'm not even going to say the problem because inevitably it's going to come back, but we're here. We're running around on Yukon Valley, and we're going to see what we can find out here. It's alive. What's up, David? Danny, thank you for the 51 months, by the way. Welcome back. Good to see you once again. Good to be in a situation where you can renew said membership. What's up, man? When we go to Japan, we should try for a Diamond Taimen. Am I saying that right, or is it Taimen? Diamond Taimen sounds great. So I know Pooch got one on his stream. I have not asked for the location yet, because I kind of didn't want it, like, for my videos, I don't want to be like, well, here's Pooch's spot, I'm going to show you how to catch a diamond. Like, I didn't want to do any of that, but I think on streams, or like, once it's public anyway, once the map is public, it's not as big a deal to be like, here's a diamond spot. Anyway, did anything with the super chat? Broncos country, Bryce died. Dude, Broncos are what, 5-3? They might actually be good. What's up, Charles? How's your hunting season going? Well, I started archery off by killing a doe opening morning. Was super stoked for that. There's a video of that on the channel if you want to see it. Since then, I haven't gotten to stream. Kyla killed a doe on Saturday by herself. Basically this entire, actually not even basically, this entire season we haven't hunted together. Partially because we only get 1 week of rifle this year because we're getting married in Colorado the second week. But also I think, you know, my first 3 years, now this is from 10 to 13, but my first 3 years I hunted with my dad, he kind of taught me the ropes, showed me the ropes, whatever. And then I learned a lot of stuff on my own, and I really am a believer that, like, you have to just experience it on your own to learn it. So, yeah, basically, with that thought process, Kyla's been hunting on her own and smoked a doe, shot her through the top of the heart, so I think as a family we're up to 5 does so far, so freezers are being filled, which is good. Bo Nick's a beast, he's looking better. What's up, Anthony? Have you been hunting every day? Which isn't necessarily a good thing, but I love to be out, so I have not missed a day since archery opened. Probably this week I'm going to miss at least one, though. Got some stuff to do. We shall see, though. That's a little far. Let's move in, because I did bring the 44 lever action. My Raiders doing what we do best, being the absolute worst in the AFC West. You know, well, I did appreciate them being bad for the Steeler game. I thought maybe they were going to make that interesting against the Chiefs, though. They had the lead for a minute. What's up, Rodney? 8:02 a.m. here. Well, I appreciate you being up early and jumping on in. Finally got to take the neck brace off. I'm so happy about that. Things of pain, I would imagine. Although it probably helps not be in pain too, so there's that. How do you get the 44 lever action? It is, oh, what is the name of that DLC? The Ambusher pack? The one with the Fox Pro, I forget what they changed the name. It's a Fox Pro E-color. And then the recurve. So level 6. The Bears loss was tragic. Okay, so I was in Walmart. Kyle and I went to go get a couple of things, groceries, whatever. And we were walking around like the Christmas decoration part. And I was watching the game on my phone. And I didn't realize the Commanders had a timeout. So they threw it in bounds. Whoever got tackled. And I put my phone away because I thought the game was over. And I'm so mad I didn't get to see it, but I also feel bad for Bears fans, because you're not supposed to lose that way. Our next 3 games are Baltimore, KC, and Atlanta. I mean, that will be tough, but I could see them pulling off 1 or maybe 2 of those. All it does is stabilize your neck so you can't move it and hurt it more. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, you said it was a pain. I was just making a play on words. What's up, Cool Soda? Jaden's in here. Welcome on in. I was hoping we'd beat the Chiefs because my entire workplace is made a KC fan. Oh, that's unfortunate. I assume they know you're a Raider fan then, too. What's the best gun for Buffalo or Water Buffalo, especially for the Nepal map? So the Gandhar, the 577 450 that came with the map is really good. Obviously, not being able to mount a scope to it limits, let's say, its capabilities. The 300 AR, the 300 canning that we're using here for Grizzlies today, those work really well and always have on big animals like that, so anything in that range, honestly. I don't know if we're going to get that, but if he runs kind of sideways again, you know, oh, I don't think we were fast enough. They spin when you hit them, and had I thought of that, that might have actually been doable when he was closer. Anyway. Now I have to deal with a bunch of court stuff. Lame. What's up, Hatcha? Still can't wait to see the 375 in the new weapon pack. I don't know why, but this whole time, I assumed it was going to come out, like, with the September update that they typically do, which obviously that didn't happen. And I just thought we'd be using it by now, so in my head, we're overdue for it. Even though in reality, probably... Did Jaxy say it was going to come out this year? Because I feel like he said that at one point. I don't know. That game was trash. Dude, what's his name? Scott Novak was the star of the show. He was on the screen every other play. The penalties were big annoying. And, you know, Calvin Austin's good at football, it would seem. What's up, Delta? Maybe jumping ship here, can't even watch a Titans game without the dark thoughts coming back. Man, you know, they were winning. Or tied anyway. Mason Rudolph led a pretty good drive, and then not so good things happened. More flags last night than a 4th of July parade. It was rough, man. And then, like, every touchdown got called back. There was a crossing route to Pickens where Broderick Jones had a useless face mask. Did not need to do it. If he doesn't do it, it's still a touchdown. And then I think between was the Malik Neighbors didn't get his feet in bounds. And then Pickens didn't get his feet in bounds. And then there was a screen pass that got called back on a penalty. It was just dumb. What is Diamond for Black Bear? 22.8 is the score. Obviously, level 9 is what you're looking for. Want to say the devs said it would be on Halloween. Yes, that is, they put out a statement basically saying they want to take an extra day. So the classic Halloween event, at least as of the last thing they've said, should be starting Thursday. Also, that probably means I'm not going to bother doing a Wednesday night stream for Classic, because we might as well just do a Thursday night stream instead. So for those of you that tune into those over on Twitch, I suppose be on the lookout for that being a slightly different day than normal. Odds of level 5 Caribou? Well, you get level 5s relatively often, but they troll most times. Then Vols, who did they beat? Did they beat Alabama, or am I getting my teams confused? What's up, Flips? Good to see you, man. Sorry I missed the first one, my bad. Early stream? So, 2 reasons we've been doing. It's normally Monday streams, but you know, nothing's working anymore. Every stream gets moved around because of hunting-related things and all that. And I am planning on hunting this evening, so that's one reason I wanted to do the stream early. That way we can, if we want to, or if the internets cooperate, do a full 4-hour stream, hunting and fishing, and still get out for the evening's hunt. The other thing is, since I've had so many internet issues, going all the way back to last Monday, actually, because we killed our snow leopard on stream, and I was having issues the entire stream. Fortunately, we got through it. But, it was working. And I just said, yeah, we're gonna go. Like, we'll do something while the internet's working, and we'll see what happens. Thursday Night Football this week, Bottom Boy, is... I think it's Tampa again. Tampa and... KC or something? Maybe I'm wrong about that. Tell them about the spike yesterday. It's funny that Shadow's barking as you asked that. There's nothing there. I don't know what... Anyway, so yesterday it was about 3 o'clock. I got done with the video that I had to kind of hurry up and make so that there'd be something out since the internets weren't working. Got done with that, went outside. I wanted to go shoot my bow because last week was muzzleloader season. Haven't been shooting my bow as much. And I was going to kind of make a decision as to where to hunt. You know, not long after that. I walk outside, and there's a spike 20 yards from the door. Had just crossed the creek, was walking up into my yard. And of course, immediately Shadow goes flying after it. And I'm like yelling at her, which probably scared the spike 5 times more than a little, you know, 20-pound creep like Shadow chasing it. But, that made my decision. I was like, well, obviously I'm hunting here. Because that seems like a sign. Didn't see nothing. It was many, many calls at Shadow to stop chasing the bottom boy. Oh, I see what she's barking at. Okay. The neighbors are getting their water thing delivered. She's usually not wrong, I'll give her that. Oh, it's Jets Texans, that's right. How's it supposed to be entertaining? You know, the Texans O-line might be bad. So, and the Jets pass rush is supposed to be good. So, it might be closer than you would think anyway. Just started on Japan, got a snakehead almost instantly, took 5 minutes to reel him in as I'm level 14 and ain't got so good stuff. So what did he weigh? I know Kyla was, maybe she's got one by now, but I know Kyla was trying to catch snakehead a little bit ago. Didn't get it? I gotcha. What's up, Wanted? Not Mason here, welcome on in. Hassan Reddick is back now too. Apparently he got big time memed for like having more tweets than sacks or pressures or something like that, but I assume he'll get back in form. 2.3 kilo, that's about the size of the biggest one I caught then. I'm wondering how big they get. Someone out there has probably, I don't even want to say probably, almost undoubtedly caught a diamond snakehead already. It's 12-12 by the way, just saying. Darth has a diamond snakehead? So, we could probably figure it out based on that. Been missing the streams? Same, dude. Like, not only have I been missing them just in the sense of, like, I like to do them. I've been missing them in the sense of it has thrown off my schedule so bad, and I'm so far behind on content. Like, normally by now I have tomorrow's video already recorded. I don't. I didn't even know if I was going to get the stream today, so, you know, there was a chance I was going to have to record today's video today. So, if streams actually are going to work again, and we shall see, hopefully that allows me to get back on schedule, because it's no fun to be absolutely up against the clock every single day. I used to do that. Why did he move like that? Right when I went to shoot, he, like, flinched. Anyway, when I lived in my apartment and, you know, maybe was less responsible than I should have been, I might have, like, stayed up all night playing Rocket League instead of recording a video or things like that. So, it's not that I'm necessarily uncomfortable being up against, you know, I gotta get a video out, I gotta be done recording by 2:30 so I can edit and be done by 3:30 so I can upload, like all that sort of stuff. I'm very comfortable doing that. I just would rather not in hunting season. The more time I can spend in the stand, especially now, you know, we're getting into the best time of year to be out, the better. That game is gonna suck, Danny. What's up, Repty? Haven't hunted since last Thursday, got bit in my face. Wait, by what? Had to get stitches. Maybe by, there's a dog, I hope not, but there's a dog in your profile picture, so maybe that. Oh, that's right, Seabass. What do you think the classic Halloween event's gonna be? It's really hard to say. I'm curious. So, there's been a thing with Classic, going all the way back to, goodness gracious, Summer Fiesta. There was some kind of bug where they, like, couldn't update the game. So, basically, it just makes me wonder, is there a chance that we just get, like, the old Timbergold event? Because it seems like they still haven't fixed that, or maybe they've just gotten it fixed, whatever. I'm not sure if they've been able to make a new event. But even if it is... Did we just get that glitch? Even if it is the OG, just werewolves on Timbergold, I'd be fine with it. Dad saw a buck with a doe in the beaver pond. Like, literally in it. What do you think the... Oh, I just answered that. Just killed my first diamond whitetail buck. Nice. Hey, Dangerous, what's up? I got bit on the hand by an ostrich? You should have punted it. There's a reason why there isn't an icon on the water bodies that shows what fish are in there. They stopped doing that after Norway. My personal sense, and this is just, you know, they've never come out and said this, but I think they want the game, they advertise it initially as being like a fishing and exploration game. And I think they want the players to get out there and like experiment, I guess. Try to find out what is in those lakes and not be told. I kind of wish, I don't know, I like them. I'm not someone who likes to waste my time. Like, I'm happy to go and explore and stuff. But, you know, if, what's maybe a good example? Okay, there's salmon in there, right? And I might find a river and think like, dang, in real life, salmon would love this. And then I spend, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes trying to catch a salmon, only to find out they're not in there. That's the kind of thing I don't like. But, I get it. Like, I get the exploration thing. Especially, too, when there's a new map every so often, and it's maybe more replayability, let's say, if they require you to go around and find that stuff. Just uploaded my first classic video so far. So far, so good. 24 views in 48 hours, and nothing compared to what you can. Hey, you gotta start somewhere, man. I remember, goodness gracious, all the way back in 2014 and 15 when I was just starting to upload videos. 10 views, 20 views, 30 views, that was like, you know, what I would basically expect to get. And if I got above that, it was like, this video is doing great. So, you know, you gotta start somewhere. So, like, you got a point there, Danny. You really do. But I guess the difference for me is, like, I'm still hunting in the right area, or whatever. This sucks. Back around we go. Monochrome, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that, man. Just got the angler to honor my late father, and I'm enjoying it a lot. Especially the new Japan map. Well, I'm happy you're enjoying it. Sorry to hear about your dad, and hopefully, it's a way to kind of connect playing that game. You're good, K-Flow. What's going on, man? Oh, I see. There should be water in it, but drought. That makes sense. Since the hype is now faded, do you think the content was worth the wait with Nepal? I'd say yeah, overall. Like, I still think snow leopards are, at least for me, they're the most fun thing to hunt in the game because they are that rare thing. Not even just diamonds, just you know, snow leopards as a whole. We've had multiple streams as we were trying to get the diamond where we didn't kill or find, you know, a single snow leopard track or anything like that. The tigers were great. Obviously, you know, the whole deal with being able to farm rares was unfortunate. That definitely hurt them. But I like the map. I really think, you know, if they go to a one map per year method and they can deliver that level of quality, I think it's worth the wait. Don't worry, I have wasted too many hours trying to get better at Planet Zoo. Speaking of it, it's similar in my mind. Planet Zoo and Farming Sim. The Farming Sim 25 is coming out in like 2 weeks, something like that. I'd really love to just kill an archery buck and actually get to play it. In all likelihood, I'm not going to get to play it much till like after Christmas, but I'm planning on streaming it. I think it'll be fun. Yeah, you're 100% right, Backwoods Hunter. They were the thing, right? It was, the expectation was like, these are going to be the sought after super rares. Like, I remember I killed that rare on stream. It was a level 1 or 2 female, and like chat went nuts. Everybody was so excited there's a rare tiger, and now, you know, there's a lot of people with multiple super rares, and that is what it is. But I definitely think the expectation was you wouldn't be able to do that. They were sold as there's only 16 on the map, it's going to be infrequent encounters, etc., etc. I think that's the problem. Not that you could do that, but that the expectation was that you couldn't. Remember last year when I did that all-day sit and saw tons of buck chasing in that Drata Creek bottom? That's the one? I got you, yep. I do indeed remember that. Speaking of all-day sits, I don't know when I'm going to do my first one. It might be Friday, which I'm supposed to stream on Friday, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but Friday looks good. So I might just sit all day. We'll figure that out, but I miss all-day sits. It's been so long. First Gorilla stream, don't talk about the thing, for real. I haven't yet, Bottom Boy. I saw that they had it out. I think I was hunting, so I haven't done the survey, but I should. Was there a problem with multiplayer the last few days because mine was broken? Maybe. My internet was so screwy that I just assumed it was on my end, but I couldn't stay connected to a server for more than about 10 minutes. That was why I recorded in single player yesterday. That's why our hunt was Pseudoproton single player for yesterday's video. But today, I jumped on Verhunga. I didn't run around and hunt, but I managed to stay in that server for 30 minutes. I was just sitting in there to see what would happen, and it worked. So either they fixed it, or their servers are back up and running or whatever, or it was just on my end and maybe your end too, and, you know, coincidence maybe. Got 126-inch 8-point this year, first hunt IRL. On your first hunt, you killed a 128 point? That's awesome, man. Congrats. When me and my dad hunt, the deer don't come out, feels that way for us too. I mean, we definitely operate under the shotgun approach, which does not mean hunting with shotguns. It means hunting as much as possible, as many times as possible, and eventually, kind of hoping that, you know, we sort of get lucky and get a deer. That's not a great strategy for hunting like mature bucks and stuff, but as far as trying to hunt does, which, at least for us, they get onto us pretty quick and they stop coming out till the last, you know, second of daylight or anything like that. Yeah, that's kind of what we do. We just hunt a whole bunch, and we've lucked into 5 so far. I don't want to say lucked into completely, but largely lucked into 5 does. Yeah, K-Flow. Kylo showed it to me. That was an awesome deer. Did you guys score him? I want to get one like that someday. That's pretty impressive, Danny. Oh, yeah. Drake May got his first win this weekend. I didn't consider that because he got hurt, but beat the Jets, which who hasn't at this point. I'm struggling with respawns on the moose grind. What should I do? I don't know what map you're grinding on or anything like that, but I will say I kind of struggled as well with respawns on Medved. And what I finally ended up doing that kind of... I don't even want to say it worked because I wasn't even doing it for very long before I got my great one, but that at least produced consistent results. I just started looking at, like, okay, what lakes do I always have respawns at? Where do I go that every time I come there, I at least kill a bull moose, maybe a couple bull moose? I narrowed it down to about 6 of them, and I just really went in, like, I only grinded those 6 lakes, I ignored everything else, and had a great one there within a day. So, like, give that a try if you feel like you've got a good grasp of at least where respawns are happening, and maybe just ignore those other spots. Eagles are looking good. That Bengals game was pretty impressive. I'm not entirely sure if the Bengals are good. I know their defense sucks, but you know, maybe starting in like the second quarter, they pretty well controlled that thing. Or no, it was around halftime, right? Maybe in the third quarter. I was processing deer while I was watching that game. What's up, Colin? Welcome on in. How mad would you be if the Chiefs won again? Me? I mean, I do think the Steelers have a chance this year with the way Russ is playing, so I'd like them to win, but if the Chiefs win a third ring, it would be, you know, NFL history. They'd be the first team to three-peat, so I'd be happy to witness it. The Giants 2-point attempt. Man, I missed some of the best plays last night, so I have seen it, obviously, but Shadow had a tendency to want to go outside exactly when stuff happened. Like, I had watched every play up until the Calvin Austin punt return. They're lining up the punt, Shadow cries to go outside, I'm like, I'm not going to miss nothing. I take her out, and I'm just outside the room that Dad and Kylo are still in watching the game, and I can hear Dad yell touchdown. I'm like, you have to be kidding me. What did I miss? So I come running back in, and there's the Calvin Austin touchdown, and the same thing happened on the 2-pointer. The Giants score, they're going to kick an extra point, I'll go let Shadow out because she was crying again. And I just come back, and they're like, what happened? And just nobody blocked Alex Highsmith. That was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. I'm a Steelers fan. Chiefs play Steelers on Christmas? Yeah, you know, I felt okay about that game for a while. Because the Chiefs haven't exactly been killing anybody. And I know the Chiefs are like the masters of winning close games anymore, but the Steelers are very comfortable in those one-score, down-to-the-last drive type games, so I thought we'd have a chance with it, but they've gotten D-Hop, they just traded for Josh Uche. They're probably going to win. What's up, Active? Currently sorting out my solo moose for the Great One grind on Layton. Well, good luck to you, man. Good to see you, by the way. Welcome on in. The Vikings fan misery is back. I still think they're going to figure it out and get it together. Why am I going up there? We're already there. What am I doing? I'm getting killed by Bengal Tiger back-to-back. I don't have a good headset, and I have no idea where they're coming from. Any tips? So it's actually designed so that you can't hear... Well, you can't make out a specific direction based on the, like, snarl thing they do. So that part's intentional. If you don't have directional, like, stereo sound or anything, though, to hear their footsteps, what I do is, like, assuming you hear the tiger growl, right? You know you're getting attacked. I stop. Typically, I'll crouch. There's no good reason for that. Maybe other than seeing under some trees. And I just start to look around. Sometimes they still get you. It happens. But that works pretty well for me. What's up, Sweetness? Good to see you, man. Thank you for the 38 months. Welcome back. Having a pretty good day so far, man. I got to sweat out the Steeler game last night. Probably the first primetime game, though, that I've watched with my dad to completion maybe ever. Usually he just goes to bed about halftime. I don't know why he stayed up for that game, but he did. So I was like, I'm going to stay here and watch then. So that was fun. Getting to actually stream's pretty cool. I'm glad this is working because we've been having our issues. And of course, it's the most fun time of year to be hunting. So looking forward to that. I saw that, Seabass. They gotta pull it back before it gets too far. Do you think the Steelers trade Russell after this season? If he continues to play the way he's playing now, no. He may be the starter next season yet, too. Is it just this year the Broncos are paying his contract, or will it be next year as well? Because I'm not sure how that part works. All jokes aside with the Steelers, Russ is looking pretty good. I've been impressed with him, man. There was a couple of things that, like, really stood out to me. The last two games. I don't know exactly what the third down conversion rate was, but there was a point in the game where they were maybe 8 for 12 or something like that. And their average third down was 3rd and 9. We simply have not had that in Pittsburgh since 2018 Ben Roethlisberger. Like, just the mere ability to pick up third downs and keep drives going. If it wasn't 3rd and 2 with Kenny Pickett, you can forget about it. We weren't going to get it. When it was 3rd and 2, we weren't going to get it most times. And Justin Fields has been better with that kind of stuff. But he still hasn't, it's those down the field throws and stuff that Russ hits that allows you to pick up those long third downs. So it definitely feels like, I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but at the very least, if they do make the playoffs, I think they've got a chance to win a playoff game. Like, they were in there last year with Mason Rudolph against the Bills, and I talked myself into thinking they were going to win, but let's be honest. They weren't going to win. Rusty is a free agent next year. That'll be interesting. I wonder how much money he'll want. Because if he wants to be paid, 50, 60 million, they won't do it. I'm almost sure they won't do that. Because they'll be able to get Justin for like 25 or 30. Steelers are definitely making the playoffs. This stretch of 9 games coming up is going to be tough. Every team in there, minus Cleveland, but they just beat Baltimore. Every team in there can pose problems. It's Washington, Philly, and the Chiefs at all 6 divisional games. I think they can split with the division. Let's say they go 3-3 in that and manage to win one of those other games. Even at that, they're 10-7. They should get in. But I really think they need to go like 4-5 or 5-4 in that stretch. What animal would you want to see the Hunter Call the Wild add? I still think Doll Sheep on this map would be one of the best single species additions that improves a map that you could possibly do. Doll Sheep, like, they could be up in these mountains, I guess. What's that thing doing? I always imagine them, like, up here more, but you've got this mountainous area down here. I would love to see Doll Sheep roaming around. It'd be really cool. I don't think they want Justin, though. They brought Justin in to compete, but he's been horrible so far. I wouldn't say he's been horrible. Some of the issues that showed in Chicago definitely still were a thing in Pittsburgh. But he did show improvement. Maybe if he sits behind Russ and he can kind of learn to throw those deep balls and stuff, that could help. But Yeah, he still has... The offense looked the same as when Kenny Pickett ran it, except Justin Fields has legs. Will you smelting later? We might be. Shoot any rocks yet? None yet, but hey, you never know. They'll probably go on a run dangerous and get in there, but it's getting tougher and tougher. You know, they lose that game to Philly here, and they're, what, 3-5? There are some four-horn sheep in South America. I don't know the name of them, but I know what you're talking about. Do you bow hunt in real life? I do. I actually self-film my hunts as well. There are a couple of videos from this season already on the channel, including a doe harvest from my own property, which is pretty cool. Speaking of such things, Kyla has the link in chat. We also have like a real life hunting only channel. That would be called Outdoors. Basically, like, not only do we have, you know, off-season content on there, and in the future there's probably going to be some fishing content and stuff like that. Also, like, extended versions of the real life hunts because, you know, probably a fair percentage of people on this channel that are watching the real life hunts maybe aren't as interested in, you know, significant amount of blood trailing and all that kind of stuff. So most of that isn't in, you know, the videos on this channel, but it is in the Called Outdoors one if you want to, you know, see the extended ones. Missing Kenny Pickett? Oh yeah, so much. I really miss when he would spin out of the pocket around to the left and get sacked. Just went and subbed. Much appreciated. Well, 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 Rock, we meet again. That'll take care of that. Steelers could trade for Joe Flacco. Well, that would make it so the Bengals are the only AFC North team he never played for if they did that. I think they are just called Four-Horn Sheep. Could be. I thought they had some kind of weird name, but maybe I'm wrong. I really miss when Kirk would throw the ball 8 yards on 4th and 12. Giants playoff game flashbacks. What's up, Buffalo? Welcome on in. Hey, Devin. Hunt's going pretty good so far. No big males just yet, but kind of just getting into things. I don't even think you missed last week's stream. You might have. I don't know if you were there for Monday or not, but every other stream, we've been having internet issues, so I haven't even done them. I missed the Rock twice, did I? I thought I got it every time. That Rock had a family? A family of Rolling Stones? I don't know. Basalted that Rock? Oh my goodness gracious. What's up, Wyatt? Welcome on in. If anyone texts me about the Bears, I'm blocking them. Don't you start barking, Shadow. What's the story with the Rock? So, our Diamond Snow Leopard last week on stream, after already probably chasing him for 20 minutes or so, I finally got a shot at him at like 40 meters. It was, I would like to call it a can't miss opportunity. And then I shot a rock. I didn't see said rock, but I shot a rock. So, I had to chase him, and I don't know, after that it might have been an hour until I finally killed him. That's where the rock started. Don't take the ammo in your inventory for granted, but I brought it here specifically for granted. Let's hope what works. Mostly the internet, Zachary. So even last Monday's stream, hunting the snow leopard, we had issues. And then since then, I don't think I've made, like, I attempted to stream Wednesday for Classic. We got about an hour, but it was a mess the entire time. Just issues the entirety of the stream. Didn't do Friday's stream, didn't do yesterday's stream because it's just been so unreliable. I'm not going to say anything positive about it so far because inevitably it'll immediately quit, but, you know, we made it 35 minutes, we're rolling. Tyreek Stevenson, Austin, that might have been the worst look for any individual player I've ever seen, because not only was he celebrating during the Hail Mary, he also tipped the ball up to Noah Brown. It was him that did it. So, he probably deserves to be benched for, like, maybe the first quarter of the next game to really... Because you can't do that. What's up, K-Dog? Good to see you, man. How are you liking Hunter Call of the Wild? Is that the question? If I'm reading that correctly, I love it. I have nearly 8,000 hours in this game. 7,639 to be exact, and we're still going. Sounds good, bottom boy. Got a kisser button from my bow because I made a terrible shot on a deer, and my shots are on top of each other now. Yeah, my first, actually not even my first year, my first bow, I bought it when I was 14. You know, bows back in the good old days weren't quite as adjustable as they are now. So it was a 27-inch draw length, and I had to buy like completely new modules or something to change it. So I just rolled with it, and the draw length was too long, and I couldn't use the kisser button. And I managed, but when I changed to a kisser button, the difference was insane. And just having that consistent anchor point, it makes a big difference. So you should be all set now. In all seriousness, that play was wild. Honestly, feel kind of bad for Caleb Williams because he put them in the lead with like 30 seconds left. Something like that. He played, I don't even want to say he played poorly because his line's not good, but he didn't play particularly well for the entire game, but he made the plays when he needed to. And then, you know, that happened. The same thing kind of happened to me, Dangerous, because me and Kyla were at Walmart. And, you know, I try not to miss too much football on Sundays, so I was pushing the cart around and I had the game on, just on mute, with it, like, against the handle. And I just forgot they had a timeout, so they threw it in bounds to whoever. And I'm like, oh, game over. So I shut it off. And I don't even remember. Oh, I got an alert. Walking around Walmart, ESPN sent an alert like, Jaden Daniels hits, you know, miraculous Hail Mary or something. I'm like, you are kidding me. I missed that? Come on. I was watching the game. Are you going to do another community picks your bow hunt? Community picks your bow hunt. Can you remind me of which thing you're referring to? I think they're on the right track, Austin. That was a bad loss, but I think they're moving in the right direction. Started my Fowler grind yesterday, around 450 kills, only 2 diamonds. You know, sometimes it takes time to get those first couple diamonds, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. Almost might be a 44 type situation here. Is that a male? No. And no, I waited too long. Where'd that go? They should go around the edge, actually. Have you ever looked into trapping? We've done like a little bit of it, but it's never something I've like really gotten into. Typically it would be like, you know, we've got a whole bunch of raccoons getting into the cornfields or stuff like that. I didn't have another shot. Shot my biggest A point yesterday. Nice. What's up, Colton? Welcome on in. SS Norway's in here as well. Good to see you, man. Should I get a bait casting setup to catch bigger fish? I struggle with 2.5 kilo fish now, or do you have a better tip? It's a little... So bait casting will help you with lure fishing. What you can't do with a bait casting setup is any kind of float fishing. You can, though, jig for some stuff that you would otherwise catch with bait fishing, but point being, certain reels, more so certain rods, like each fishing rod you have will have a maximum size line you can have on it. So I would look into that. Like if you go into the shop right now, a little loud there, fella. Jeez. Hopefully we find them. Anyway, I'd go into the shop, look at the rod you have, see what the heaviest line you can put on it is, and maybe get that. If it's not that much, if it's like 8-pound line or whatever, maybe looking at buying, you know, a slightly better rod that'll... I'd want to get somewhere between 15 and 20-pound line at least. Why no 300 AR? I just like to switch it up. Ready to see you catch a diamond smelt? We shall try, man. We shall certainly try. Oh, people got to pick your boat? You're talking about like the It was the original red, white, and blue bow, right? You're talking about, like, everyone got to choose the riser and the limbs and stuff like that. We might do that again. We'll see. I'm still shooting the dart and veracity that I got last year, so I don't know at what point I'll end up upgrading or changing or anything like that. But, yeah, maybe if I change bows, we'll do that again. Got a gold time in my 9th cast, not bad. Me and Blacklisted have been on the classic mission grind. You pumped for the Halloween event? Indeed. You're talking about, should I say his first name? I'm almost sure I know exactly who you're talking about. I didn't even know you guys were friends. I am excited for the Halloween event, though. I think that's going to be, you know, it's the thing that people look forward to most every single year. And assuming they're able to do it, because they did say it's going to happen Thursday. Just with everything they've had going on, that's the wrong scope. I've had concerns that it would actually happen, but assuming it does, and it sounds like it will, I think because the Summer Fiesta didn't happen and all that, like, people are just dying for something different to do in Classic again, and I think you'll see a pretty good turnout. Still using my Dart Inspector E32? Dude, nothing wrong with those bows whatsoever. I shot my buck with that in 2022. It's the only... I've only shot a bow buck one other time, and it was in, like, 2016, so... my brother shot a buck with that same bow because his bow exploded, so I gave him that one when I got the veracity. He has since killed 3 does with it as well. Like, he's done really well with that thing. And, you know, obviously it served me pretty well too getting a buck, so... Of all the bows I've owned, even though he shot more deer with it than me, that Spectre has, I think, killed the most deer. Hey, Flinter, wrong game. So I thought about doing the angler first, but here's the thing. The internet issues I've had have been so bad, and I know people would want to see the Hunter Call of the Wild, because if I'm playing the angler, I always get the questions, are you going to go hunting today? I figured I'd at least do hunting first, and provided that we get, you know, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in, we will jump to Japan. I am looking forward to that. Kermit, by the way, thank you for the gifted membership to Bass Napper. I think I said that correctly. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the support. And Bass, be sure to thank Kermit for the Get the Membership. Join the Discord, link up your YouTube, get the member role, and enjoy the badges and emotes. Are you hunting, Ethan? Got deer in the field. I mean, you gotta be in a decent spot. It's early, right? Oh boy, favorite college football team. So I don't follow college real closely. Because Kyle is a UGA fan, I pretty much just root for them. Trying to think if there's any teams that I'm like, you know, Penn State's close to here, so I kind of root for them. Pitt's fairly close to here, so I root for them when they're playing. But yeah, I don't follow any one team, to be honest. It's not easy being quarterback. That was bad, I'm sorry. Why thank you for the 2 months? Welcome back. What time are you going for timing? When it's timing to go for timing, I'll let you know. In reality, when we go fishing in general, that'll probably be in about an hour or something like that. I don't know if we'll go for timing immediately, but definitely we're gonna have to try to get some because they're huge. Thank you for stopping. What, the Mahomes thing, Kermit? Penn State's gonna get whooped by Ohio State? Maybe. Ohio State doesn't seem as good as they've been in the past, but I don't know if Penn State's actually good either. Hey, Montucky, what's up? Am I the only one who thinks he sounds more like Danny McBride in Eastbound and Down more than Kermit? He doesn't sound that much like Kermit, honestly. Although, that thing they did with, I know they beat them after that, but the thing the Raiders did with the Kermit puppet with the, I'm here. That kills me. That's really good. Do you smelt that? Wait, Chiefs got Trayvon Diggs? Actually? Are you messing with me, or did this happen? Hold on, I'll look up Adam Schefter on Twitter. I'm assuming all caps means it happened. Nothing that I see from Shefty yet, anyway. Got an alert? Okay, it might just be happening. I can see, because the Cowboys lost again, I can see them kind of being sellers. I'll fact check. Alright, I got you. If it was an alert and not like a, you know, fake tweet. If that is actually real, by the way, if that actually happened, they are loading up to try to become the first 3-peat team. What African animal should I try to bow hunt next year? I stay in South Africa in real life. I feel like greater kudu is the obvious answer. What about... Stuff's gotta be twitchy down there, right? What about impala? Honestly, I got 6 spots to check now. Chum salmon, dolly varden, and cherry salmon spots. Ooh. I'm down for all of these. What's up, J-Tech? Is time travel a thing yet? Is mayonnaise an instrument? Did they add non-typicals to Call of the Wild? No. There are great ones that can have non-typical racks, but generally speaking, they don't have, like, let's say random spawn non-typicals necessarily. I was wrong, but it was a potential move. Was it one of those, was it one of those, clickbait headlines that says, the Chiefs acquire star cornerback Trayvon Diggs in blockbuster proposed trade or potential trade or whatever? Because those get my dad all the time. The Chum Sam is really close to the starter outpost, so what you're saying is, I might have almost been in the right spot. I'm excited for that. I want to give it a shot. Get a really heavy bow and go for Cape Buffalo. I always wanted to do that with a recurve. I know Josh Bomar did that, and I don't know, but I want to shoot a Cape Buffalo with a bow. I guess if I got the opportunity, maybe, but I'd probably rather not. Speculative, I got you. Makes sense. Really happy my home state, Oregon, beat Ohio State earlier this season. Oregon's ranked #1, right? I think last I saw they were. A bit scared of that? I don't blame you. I don't know if I would do that one. Heard you say that I had to look for myself? It wouldn't entirely shock me. They've been making moves the last couple days. So, I woke up at 5 a.m. for the Angler update just for it to be pushed back 3 hours. I slept in, like, a lot, because, I'm not gonna lie to you, I probably drank a few more beers than I should have in that Giants game. And then I was really tired when we got home. So, anyway, I slept till, I don't know, like 10. And I woke up, and Kyla's like, they just released the map. And I was like, huh? It usually comes out really early. What do you mean? They're #1 right now, but ranks don't mean a lot in my eyes. They probably shouldn't, but hey, you know, being ranked #1 counts for something. The Steelers do it to me, J-Tech. The last couple weeks, it hasn't been a necessity because they've been rolling by the 4th quarter, but, you know, they had to let the Giants get within 1 score there again, and it's just what happens. I love there's a chance that Oregon goes 12-0 and misses the Big Ten championship. I don't understand college playoffs, to be honest with you. They make negative sense. As an Oregon fan, I've seen them choke too many times. I can't let myself trust it. Fair. Have you ever tried Red Dead Redemption 2? Yeah, there's actually a couple of videos on the channel playing that. It's just hunting different legendaries though, because, you know, kind of hunting game channel. But did an entire playthrough of the story on Twitch. I've streamed online a couple of times over on Twitch as well. Played hundreds of hours of online. I've been thinking about reinstalling it here lately. I don't know if I will. Probably after hunting season and all that, if I'm going to do it, is when I would go ahead and do it, but I've been missing the game lately. I would agree with you, Wyatt, because they're not a super hard fighting fish. If you've got the growl, hair, X, however you say it, you can pretty much rip in 70, 80 pounders with no problem. Okay, I'm back. Also totally unrelated, but Called Outdoors is 6 subs away from 500. Is that right? not too bad. It's been pretty cool to see all the support, you know, come behind Called Outdoors as we're just getting started and doing off-season content and all that kind of stuff. And really, the in-season content has only just begun. 312. All right, 7:30. Let's jump to here. What was Ethan? No such thing as too many beers. I remember one time I was at a buddy's place and we finished off a 48-pack of Molson Canadian. I don't know what that is. Between the two of us. That probably works. Hello. Good to know that... What? Fast traveling still doesn't affect wolves? I think I missed both times. How did... Maybe he was behind the hill? Anyway, it used to be a thing, you know, when animals would be invisible when you fast travel, wolves were, like, exempt from that. They weren't invisible. And I guess they don't spook immediately upon fast traveling either. Anyway, what I was trying to say was, that might work slightly less good for me because I'm not large male. We getting diamonds today? We're going to try, dude. We're going to try. I really want to catch our first Japan diamond. I know of, like, a couple of diamond spots. Kermit said he's got a couple of good ones that we're probably going to try here in 45 minutes or an hour. I don't know if we'll do a full 2 hours of Call of the Wild or not, because I definitely want to go fishing, but we shall see. It depends on how the Grizzlies treat us. It's good beer, not the watered down stuff you guys get down there. Sure come out at 3 p.m. Nice. Jeez, saw a diamond timing it like 160 pounds. What was Pooch's? 140, I think? She didn't hear me. Got a snake on a frog. Nice. Looking into getting a Bear Alaskan XT bow. Bear makes good bows. Can't go wrong there, I would say. Get that diamond smelt. I'm still... Like, the fact that I couldn't get an eel or a sweet fish. No.
That was one of the first things I bought.
In the daylight or at night?
Daylight.
What'd you catch it on? I could not for the life of me.
It was on a bridge. Not far from the starter outpost.
I had just no luck with them at all. But, now I lost my train of thought. Oh. The mere fact that I caught a smelt on like a size 8 hook, because I knew they'd be small, but I didn't realize they'd be 0.7 ounces as a big one. We're lucky we ever even got one of those. Random question, what are the odds Call of the Wild gives us some more bows? Maybe an 80-pound draw weight, new designs would be cool. I think, I wouldn't say it's like unlikely to happen or anything like that, but I do think the game doesn't do bow hunting that well, and I don't think it caters to bow hunting very well at all. It definitely is a game where kind of running and gunning, covering a bunch of ground, and seeing as many animals as you can is more rewarded than bow hunting. So I would say maybe they'll do a bow pack one of these days. I would say it's more likely they do what they've kind of already done. Maybe, you know, a crossbow with a pack that also had, in that case, a recurve and a 22. The takedown recurves with a pack with a rifle and a e-collar. I would think like maybe one bow in with some other stuff. Just because, yeah, unfortunately, bow hunting in this game, in the Hunter Classic, not only is it rewarded, meaning if you can make good shots with the bow, you drop them in their tracks, and it, for the most part, doesn't spook any other animals around. So, you know, it's a worthwhile thing there, and it is probably more efficient than gun hunting, because if you spook animals in Classic, you got problems. In Call of the Wild, spooking animals is like, oh no, I've spooked something. Now I'll follow it for 100 meters and shoot it when it goes nervous. Like, it just... The way that it works, gun hunting is definitely, like, the preferred way to go. I can't believe we got that. I wasn't even interested in trying to get him. Oh, forgot to tax my mellow whitetail. Have you shot anything else since? You can still go save it. If you haven't taxed anything else. Where did that go, Kermit? I'm at a pond loach spot. Those little guys are interesting. I thought that almost looked melanistic. It's not, right? No, it's not. Really, really looked it. That's the plan, J-Tac. We'll see. One of these days here, because I think in the next couple of days we're getting heating oil delivered. Normally that's first thing in the morning. It shouldn't cost me a hunt, but I don't know. They call ahead of time. They don't tell me what day they're going to show up, so it's just like I kind of got to be around at least in the mornings. So going to try to hunt evenings while I can, at least till that happens. I shot 2 at. Dang, that sucks, man. It happens though. I've done it. I specifically did a video trying to kill a diamond water buffalo. And I did it. I killed one. And I forgot to tax it. I've done it too. This week's going to get hot. Yeah, we have some stuff, like, we still need to go and get, like, our wedding bands and stuff like that, so we're probably going to do that this week since the weather's not great. Might skip an evening or two, but, you know, it's the thing, too, like, it might be 70 degrees, but it's, not quite, but it's November 1st, nearly. Hard to not be in the woods on November 1st, at least for me. Shot a male female fox yesterday, but I started a new game, so I just had to save the harvest. As long as you have it saved, once you have the money built up, you'll be able to tax it. Is the angler worth it? I really enjoy it. I'm not someone who's played a lot of fishing games. Way back in the day, I don't know if you're familiar with this game. I had it on the Wii. Sega bass fishing, I thought was fun. And I find the angler and Sega bass fishing similar in the sense of they're arcadey enough that, like, most casts you're going to catch fish. It's not hard to understand, it's pretty basic, and it's not hard necessarily to catch big fish. I think that's what I like about it, because I'm not like a super hardcore fisherman in real life. I fish, you know, 6, 8, 10 times a year, something like that. I like to go out, I like to just, you know, be in nature and stuff. But, yeah, a super realistic fishing simulator for me just wouldn't be that fun. The reason I enjoy the angler is it is more laid back, arcadey to call it that, and I like that about it. This is dumb, but level 3 female geese can make diamond, and if I can somehow hit it. Not diamond, sorry, gold. It's doing evasive maneuvers, you guys see that? It's bobbing and weaving. Alright, you get to live. First diamond to the Camiso barbell. Nice, I don't have one of those. Mornings are going to be money? Yeah, that's what I think, and that's the problem. Like, I guess I could go hunting behind the house in the morning. But then if they call, like, hey, we're here, then I got to run out here and unlock the gate, and it's just... So we'll see. I'm just hoping they're going to show up, like, tomorrow morning. Usually it's within 2 days, but who knows. Any tips for mouflon sheep on Spain? They're tough because they drink in the evenings. And when Reventuli came out, they redistributed the populations and stuff of everything. And now I, like, never find mouflon anymore. I know in the south there's some good areas they drink, and along the river they'll drink, but that's one that I don't have a lot of good answers for. 33.69 pounds? Nice. Who's Bob and what did he weave? If I could do a Trump impression, because he always talks about the weave. But I cannot. What's up, Moja? I had a Japanese fishing game on the Wii. Can't remember what it was called, but it was still the funnest fishing game I've ever played. Sega Bass Fishing was the only one I had. I want to say there was a Rapala one on the Wii as well, but I don't know. Now, 684 kills on the Moose Grind. Good deal. Hopefully you can just keep on rolling that way. Mouflon have had the best luck with feeding zones in the open fields. At least, so for me, they don't seem to feed too often in the open. They're always in those, like, the cornfields and stuff like that. Not corn. What do they even have on that map? Something tall. Whatever tall vegetation stuff. That's what they're usually in for me. Real fishing? That does sound familiar. Fishing Planet's a really good game. I think if you're more interested in, like, the simulation side of a fishing game, like if you want to have a more authentic experience, stuff like that, Fishing Planet is probably the better option. Like I said, for me, that's not necessarily what I'm after. But yeah, I know a lot of people love Fishing Planet. It's a very popular game, too. I looked at it recently, I was surprised. Like, to compare, Looking real quick, the angler has about 700 in game. Just on Steam, obviously. I have Fishing Planet. When's the last time I played it? Fishing Planet has 5,000 in game. Like, it's a much more popular game. Mostly Grizzlies Diamondback, just trying to, you know, maybe see if we can stumble into an albino grizzly. Probably gonna go ahead and rest back to sometime early in Grizzly drink time and check some other spots. Russian Fishing 4 is super good. I've always heard it's good. I've never played it, but years ago, I remember people telling me it was good. And an IRL 30-minute fight with a pollock, is it? That'd be my guess. Longest I've had in the angler was an hour and 14 minutes with a Wells catfish that weighed 116 pounds. It was kind of my fault. I was using lighter equipment than I should have, but you can get that in the angler too. But it's mostly if you're kind of using the wrong stuff, I would say. Forgot to take this frog off my Barbie rod. Was using it for chub. There's a joke in there, but I'm not going to make it. This map for Moose Grind, I think Medved Taiga. Why'd I do that? You know, the fact that it's a snow map, even running through brush if you spook them, that contrast of like the brown moose on the white background, a little easier to see them. Maybe sometimes easier to make those shots on the move, stuff like that. And at least where the moose tend to be for your zones and stuff, Medved's a pretty easy map to grind on, I think. Later, Ian. Imagine putting fish in a lodge? If only. It's odd to me how fast Angler DLCs come out compared to Call of the Wild.
It's new.
It is a newer game. You know, I would imagine there's a little bit less to do in terms of animations and, you know, mechanics and stuff like that, design-wise. Because I assume, you know, fish kind of just behave like fish for the most part. They've got some unique behaviors and stuff, but they probably don't have to do like a lot of animations and stuff like that per new fish species. Got a diamond snakehead, nice. Game's on a different engine? Yes. Used to love Ice Lakes on my phone. I'm guessing that's an ice fishing game. That's a baby. Not gonna worry about that. Caught it on dough ball with corn jump. Wait. Oh, that was your, I see, that was your, Camiso barbel. Nice. We get an angler map every 6 to 7 months. Yeah, maps are pretty similar to the Hunter Call of the Wild, honestly. I feel like door dashing, what would it be? Alright, so my address is, no, Subway. I don't know. Does anyone DoorDash Subway? Never heard of that.
Subway.
I just like Subway breakfast, okay? Chinese food? Ooh.
Mexican food. That's what I DoorDash. Or Wingstop.
Who eats a Subway?
Spicy.
I work at Subway, we get DoorDash way too often. Huh. Like, so my thought was, I imagine it would kind of get soggy. That's why I thought maybe people wouldn't do it. Subway is fire. The last several times I've had Subway have been in West Virginia. Just, I don't know why. Maybe because it's easier to get to down there when I'm hunting with Bottom Boy, but we went, I don't know, after hunting the one morning and I got a bacon, egg, and cheese on flatbread and I'm like, yep, missed this. I used to, so, you know, this is, many of you guys probably can relate to this, but for those of you that can't, I'll explain myself a little bit. This is like social anxiety thing. So when you don't want to like go do anything social, even like going to the grocery store to get groceries, what I used to do was I'd finally talk myself into going, and then I would like stop at Subway or whatever on the way home to be like, all right, you know, hated doing that, made it worth it. And I would, like, every time, this is when I lived in my apartment, I would always get a bacon, egg, and cheese on flatbread on the way home. And I hadn't done it in so many years, I missed it. Sister DoorDash to Subway all the time. I feel like, maybe this isn't true anymore, but I also feel like there's a Subway around every corner. So I get that everybody DoorDashes everything these days, but it's not that far to go to get to most Subways. Apparently my store for Subway is the highest rated one in the northern half of Utah. Good service. Shot a piebald sandbar? Nice. What's up, Freddy? Seriously cannot remember the last time I even had Subway. I don't know the last time I had it in Pennsylvania, but like I said, in West Virginia it was only a month ago. Subway has the most locations. That's kind of what I thought. Just because, you know, I feel like you can't drive through a little town or anything like that without seeing maybe 2 of them. I eat way too much Subway. Hey, if you work there, I can't blame you. Almost forgot it's hockey tonight. Wait, found out recently I don't think I can eat deli meat anymore. Is this like an allergy or is this like a... Huh? Yeah, whatever... I don't know what wisteria is necessarily, but whatever they say is in like basically every food product ever at Walmart. I live in like 1,100 people town. We have a Subway. They're literally everywhere. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like you always see them no matter where you go. Where are you on the map? 1 sec. Nice. We are right down here. Stone Hollow Basin, like right at the kind of Y here. Can't get DoorDash in my county? I'm surprised we can get DoorDash here, because Kylo's done it a couple of times when I'm away. We're not that far, like, off the beaten path, but we're kind of back here. It's a wife will make me sleep on the couch. What's that? That just wasn't the answer I was expecting. Jeez. I always get the Philly cheesesteak. Ooh. Subway has one? Haven't been eating much of Subway since they stopped the pastrami special. Pastrami's good, though. I used to also do that. Like, I haven't done it for a year or two, but it's a little more expensive, obviously. But anytime Kyla would go out of town, I'm like, I'm getting pastrami as lunch meat today. Because she doesn't like it. But I like it. A bioweapon, huh? You said you don't. That's corned beef. You, like, actively recoil when I say I'm getting it. Depends on the day, apparently. Love pastrami? You guys remember that? It was a Subway commercial, right? They'd have, like, NFL players tackling over pastrami, but they would yell, pastrami! I just had a flashback, sorry. You should try to make venison pastrami. My brother has talked about doing it. He's way more creative with venison stuff than I am. I'm like, I will make deer burgers, I'll make deer chili, I'll make deer tacos. That is about it. And deer roast and stuff, I guess, pot roast. But, he does all kinds of stuff. You guys in Pennsylvania or Pennsylvania? I'd say we're in Pennsylvania, to be honest with you. I'm at school right now? Nice. Don't get in trouble. Avocado on Subway sandwiches is top tier? What did I used to get avocado with? So for a while there, when I had the whole like gluten-free thing going on, I would get a... What the heck? It might have been a Philly cheesesteak thing. Or it was a steak and cheese thing anyway. But I didn't order it, but they put avocado in there like by accident or whatever, and it was so good. I haven't had that in a long time either. Deer bacon? We had this conversation when we were cutting up deer the other day. My dad was like cutting up the like flank meat and getting into the underbelly, I was like, and I said it really dumb. I said, "Are pigs the only one?" And then I just stopped because I was, oh, there's a big male. I was just looking at like the fact that there's no bacon there. My brother was like, "Are they the only one that wants?" Sorry, I was daydreaming about bacon. Can you make deer bacon, or we just make it out of another cut? What's up, Mel?
Pumpkin.
You don't like avocado? No free shavacado for you. It's good, just don't expect it to taste like regular bacon. Fair. Smelvin. It's Smellington, actually. Shot my first piebald moose, but it was a female. Hey, a rare's a rare. What's your favorite Philly place? We have so many limitations. I live in Philly. You mean favorite place for Philly cheesesteak? I don't even think I have one. We usually just make them at home. Threw on a 4-aught hook with a shad, and I think I either caught a gold diamond, either, or maybe a diamond. I'm guessing that's going. What's up, James? I don't know if it's all Great Ones meta or just bear, but I know Kyla said, I don't know if this is still a thing or not, but with Great One bears at least, if you would shoot a Great One bear, harvest it, and then just go to the trophy lodge without harvesting anything else, it wouldn't count in your counter. And then she decided to tell me that as I was harvesting my Great One bear and like recording, and gave me the biggest heart attack of all time, because like I'm sitting here, you know, so excited I killed my Great One bear, and she's like waving at me and she hands me this piece of paper. I'm like, did I forget to tax it? Like, what is going on? And you know, because my Great One counter is so screwed up, I could care less what mine says. Like, it says I've got 24, I have 6. I was so scared. Watching at school lunch, nice. Tips for getting a diamond brown bear? I mean, they drink 4 to 8 on Medved or Reventuli. I just run around all the lakes on those maps at that time. Yours is with fallow? Yeah, it could have been exactly that. What's up, Andrew? Nothing to speak of, honestly. We killed a mythical wolf, but, you know, meh. Not really special. Probably here in like 30 minutes, we're going to jump to the angler, do some fishing on Japan. Type of thing Kyla would say, to be honest, Danny. Kyla had, I don't want to say one of the first Great One bears, but one of the early Great One bears. Because she shot like 400 and then one showed up. This is when, you know, nobody was getting Great One bears. And they were easily considered the most difficult grind, which arguably they're maybe the easiest now, or they're up there anyway. Maybe fallow deer's still easier. But we were, I think at the time we were still trying to plan a pronghorn hunt. So we were in a voice call, all trying to figure that stuff out. And of course this shows up, and then I'm trying to think who even had one by then. It couldn't have been very many people if she had 400 kills. Show us the Hidden Lodge? The Hidden Lodge. Oh, he really wants us to believe he only has 6 Great Ones? Yeah, I've actually been secretly grinding. I have 24 Great Ones, and I have 18 more Great One unreleased videos that I'm going to wait until the year 2027 to release. And then I'm going to act like I killed them back to back to back to back to back days. What? Your game froze? I had that happen too. Did you have any issues, JTAC, with them switching it to daylight? Because they reset the pops now, right? I'm discount Scarecrow with my 24 Great Ones? Yes. FBI Hunts, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. I think I should get one and call with you next. No, mine was better because I just sent you a picture of it and said so. JTAC could have 2 Great One Tar K-Flow. That whole, like, JTAC was the first person to find out that I had a Great One Tar too, because we were talking about hunting. So I had, like, you know, I'm grinding tar, it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm back and forth, tabbing into Discord, and I'm like, you know, it shows up, and my immediate reaction is just to type, like, all caps, like, I don't know, probably. But he got 2, like, in a couple of days. The first one, you know, might have gotten oofed, and the second one he got. Looking for that albino grizzly? Always. Do you change sights of your weapons depending on the reserves? What's your favorite sights? Now I pretty much just run the Odin scope. This one here. With the duplex reticle, because I really like it. I hunt with duplex reticles in real life, so it just makes the most sense to me. I do run the Argus scope with the mill dots for the 22, because the mill dots with the Argus scope on the 22 represent 50 meters of drop. So if I'm shooting, 350 meters at this rock here, so this would be 150 because I'm 0 for 150, then 200, 250, 300, 350, and it would hit dead on at that range. So that's the only difference in the scopes I use. And one of these days I'm going to test holdover with different reticles and see if it's worth using the Odin scope, for instance, but I know the Argus one well enough that I might as well stick with it. Hey, Hydro. I'm rockist because I only shoot rocks when it matters. Rockist. Second one was 193 kills. That's a fairly typical story, though, A lot of people have had that longish, let's say, grind for the first one, and within a couple hundred kills, they'll get a second one. Oh boy, should make a change my reticle a channel point thing? Maybe. If you could do it on the fly and didn't have to go back to the lodge, that'd be easier. I guess, nah, we got it. Got a great one whitetail, nice. What rack? What was my spot, K-Flow? Hit the gritty while tipsy? I would never. Had to be someone else. Where are we going? I guess we'll check up here. I haven't gone along this side. Big rack, nice. Favorite great one? Favorite great one we have, the whitetail for the memory, but I still think as far as the visuals go, our moose. Oak with the big typical rack is it was exactly what I wanted. For that, the odds of that happening, because there's 6 furs, 4 racks for moose, if I'm not mistaken. So that's 24 combos, not counting the fact you can get mismatched combos. So it's like a 4% chance that the great one I would want was exactly the one I got. Gonna get something to eat because I'm now lightheaded. I shall return. It's gonna be ice cream. Spot where you shot it, which made yours better? Wait, are we talking about Great One Tar? I'm confused. Why was it my... I'm lost. What's up, DJ? My 100th kill was a Great One Moose. Sadly, it was a modded server. Oh, that sucks. Modded servers are the worst. It kind of surprised me they haven't done anything about it yet, and maybe down the road they will. But I really feel like it shouldn't be that hard to put something in place to prevent modded lobbies from being opened. If they want a mod in single player, have at it, whatever. But I can't imagine it's that difficult to code up something that either checks the animal populations or, heck, you know what? You shouldn't be able to mod if you're above level 60. It shouldn't be that hard to have a check if you're speed hacking. If you're going above the maximum speed you should be able to run, you're out. It shouldn't be that hard. What's up, Rip? Nice looking entrance to your zoo, by the way. I wish they let the community have dev tools to create new guns and such. Well, it would be cool on one hand, but the game would then not receive new content from the devs anymore. Which, if the community made good enough stuff, I guess that's fine. But obviously, it's going to be hard to sell a DLC when the community can just make a mod with the same stuff. Conspiracy theory, EW controls all the modded servers? Why would they do that? Oh, you know where we haven't been is the railroad bridge. We'll hunt our way up there maybe. I just think we have better ideas than they do for the most part. That's probably fair, but for the game's survival, they probably have to continue to make revenue, which is the only thing. I think Rylan Jameis will play good for probably a couple more weeks, and then there's going to be a little bit of a downturn. But if you look at it, Flacco and Jameis are pretty similar quarterbacks, actually. They love the deep ball. They'll take chances. They'll probably throw an interception or two. But they're also going to push the ball down the field, and they're going to throw for a lot of yards. And the Browns' offense last year with Flacco looked really good. I think they're going to be a problem for most teams they face now. I imagine, though, you'll get a couple of games where Jameis just doesn't hit the deep balls, and that's going to be bad for them. What do you think is the best DLC to buy? One singular best DLC to buy? Probably the high caliber weapon pack with the 300 AR, because that thing is just so good. I guess we'll shoot that. It's fishing for pond loach. I shot a bush. And just out of nowhere, giant gold snakehead bites and rips me out like almost 10 pounds. Do you know what a diamond snakehead weighs roughly? Hey, Bowman. Any luck? Nothing yet, man. Not convinced snakehead exists. I had so many struggles catching one, man. You probably copied somebody else's spot.
I didn't look at this one.
Yeah, right.
My gold is 8.80 pounds.
Tiny.
It's next
Think
to a bridge.
12.12 was the minimum diamond. I really hope that's the actual number. Hopefully luck will be with you with the deer. Filled my muzzy tag 2 days ago on a nice 8 point. Nice, man. Good deal. I'm hoping. I have, I've been talking about it for months because I'm excited about it, but I have those 9 videos prepped and ready to go. The only thing I haven't done is edited them, but that won't be a big task. So, maybe starting Friday. I gotta look at the weather, though. Well, I'll probably just do 9 days in a row, as opposed to, like, spreading them out. But, Friday we have a temp drop. Saturday looks good. Sunday's not bad. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are a little warm. So anyway, I'm basically going to take like 9 days off and just hunt like nuts. Hopefully get a buck. We shall see. Where can I find pheasant in Quattro? So obviously the fields isn't, a bad place to find them, but the problem with Quattro, or the problem with all of the maps other than Rancho actually, for pheasants, is that there isn't cover that they run to that's hard-coded into the map. They'll just kind of, if you spook them, they'll go defensive, they might run for a while, and then they're going to flush. A lot of times they do that from pretty far away. On Rancho, they'll get spooked, they'll run to cover, and then you can flush them from far closer and get a shot with a shotgun. So if by chance you're just hunting pheasants and you don't need a specific map, I'd go to Rancho. If you need them to be on Quattro, the fields are your best bet. Turns out I'll be back in New York for General Firearm. Can still get a buck tag, but missed on doe lottery. Hey, if you get a chance at a buck, any legal buck, I'd say, especially given the circumstance, at least you get a chance to go out. Is it Rylan? I very much enjoy them being unbelievably enormous. This time in a really neat fish, if I played the angler, they would be my favorite. I still haven't caught one that's as crimson red as in the handbook, so I'm wondering if maybe they don't get that red. But I think they look cool. Obviously, they're giants. I believe they're the biggest. They might be the biggest fish in the game. How big do Wells catfish get? It's close. And they're definitely the biggest thing on Japan. The Ganthair being changed to level 9 is a game changer? 100%. Because it was already arguably better than pretty much every Class 9 weapon, at least at close range, for Cape Buffalo, Yak, Water Buffalo, all those sorts of things. Now that it's actually ethical to take those animals, it's a really good thing to carry. Max Wells is 154, so Timon or bigger, right? Can you give me an animal to go hunt? I'll tell you later what I got. How about... How about bear stinger? I don't know why, but... The Russian/Mongolian ones are more similar to the ones in game, whereas the Japanese ones max at like 20 pounds. So I looked up the all the fish species, at least that have been like revealed with that teaser, and I found the same thing. The Timon were going to be like 20 pounds. So when I saw the one swimming around in the river, the first one we caught, I was like, okay, that's a diamond. Like, that's huge. That has to be 20, maybe 30 pounds. Maybe they exaggerated a little bit. And then when it weighed 70, I'm like, okay, I screwed up my research, obviously, because that doesn't make any sense. So glad you got that, Snowy, so don't have to see hunting snow leopards in the title. But why? We could do that for like 6 more months. I actually am, you know, it's nice to get the stream and actually shoot stuff. Because sure, like, we would shoot some yaks and some bunnies and maybe some foxes and stuff, but for the most part, all stream we would kill like a couple of things. I don't know how much stuff we shot so far today, but it's way more than any snow leopard hunt. What's up, Gear Work? Welcome on in. Doing good, how about you? One of the classic streams, I've been watching the playlist 24/7 this week, so the classic streams are over on Twitch. Typically Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Now, I think this week's going to be Thursday because it looks like the Halloween event for Classic is going to be Thursday. But also, more importantly, B, typically this time of year, I kind of suspend the Classic streams for about a month and a half. Maybe it's 2 months, actually. I guess it is. Just because, like, normally I'm hunting, like, I swear I saw something white right where those bears are. Oh, there's a caribou there. Okay. Anywho, I'm usually hunting as much as possible. So, doing those late streams just doesn't really work well to get up in the morning and hunt. So, probably this week, maybe next week will be the last Classic stream for, you know, a couple of months anyway. At least, you know, unless I can manage to do one in the middle of the day at some point. So just kind of, you know, be aware of that. There you go, Mark. Perfect. So, the carved pumpkins, let's bring them to the stand and carve them from the stand. Oh, that's crazy, K-Flow. So my dad always builds box stands. And he'll build them, like, with... I was wondering what that thing was doing. He'll build them with sides and, like, a door and everything. And I have 100% hunted in those box stands, and, like, there's a little bit of raccoon crap in there, or there's... I don't know. Like, obviously you'll see where chipmunks will sit in there, or squirrels and eat acorns and stuff like that, but... You climb up one of them things in the dark, and open the door. There's always that chance that there's a raccoon or a porcupine or something sleeping in there. And it's gonna either attack you or slap you in the face with its porcupine tail or whatever. And I'm always as careful as I can be opening those things up. But I'm amazed I haven't had that happen yet. Yeah, that'll be the plan for now, Kermit, anyway. Just got a 108-pound gold Timon. Nice. Hey, Devil, what's up? Basically went down... Oh, you're doing... I already heard the raccoon story, so I'll just let that sit in chat for those of you guys that want to read it. Do all the fish in the game have different variants? I think just Japan and Golden Ridge for now, plus some other ones, but I don't think every fish has it. What's up, Luke? You're one of my favorite YouTubers. I hope you have a good one. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, and hope you have a good one as well. How long does it take to get a diamond bison? I would say since they got their Truax, they are a little bit harder to get, but, I don't know. I'd say if you hunted bison, like, let's say you go to multiplayer servers, 2 hours a day for a week, I imagine you'd get one. You know, hunt them during their drink time and get to the best spots. Yes, Richard, that's the one. What else is even in that pack? I can't remember. Is that the one? No, the 7mm was in the Hunter Power pack. Oh, it's the 4570, right? And I don't remember the other one. Been trolled by 4 level 5 bison? Yeah, that's what I feel like. They just troll more since they got their True Horns, True Racks. Oh, the 10 gauge is the other one. Yeah, I mean, the 10 gauge and the 4570 are fine, but the 300 is just so good. Or... Guess we'll go on this side. You shot a gold female bison? Nice. That's the other thing since they got True X. I would even say relatively often. Female bison can be gold. I don't know... Because it's still going to be better to fast travel up here. Maybe we hunt to, like, this spot. And then we fast travel. What's up, Ghostly? Thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. So Dallas misses the playoffs? The NFC is pretty good right now. If you look at the NFC playoff picture, I think the worst team is 5-2? Or 5-3, rather. I mean, they still go on a run and get in, but it just... I don't know what their schedule looks like, but I just can't... They'd have to... I would say 9 wins, maybe 10 get you in. So they'd have to go like 7 and... whatever's left. 7-2 down the stretch. I just don't see it. Are you open for an untypical Rax after the survey? I'm always open for that, but... was that something that was specifically highlighted? I still haven't gotten to do the survey. Nice, Montauk. Congrats, man. When will you be on the angler? In like 15 minutes. I think we're going to check this railroad bridge spot and whatever's like between here and there, and that's probably going to be it. Commanders win the NFC East? I think that's possible, but I do feel like defenses are kind of finding a way to defend Jaden Daniels, and I can see the Eagles still winning that division, but regardless, the Cowboys won it last year, right? So that extends the streak that goes all the way back to 2004, where no team has won the NFC East 2 years in a row, which is maybe the most insane thing ever. Because, like, generally speaking, in any division, there's that one team that's, you know, really good. The other teams in the division, to a degree, actually are constructed to be able to beat that team. But usually it takes a couple years to do that construction. Like, the Steelers were that team for a while, and Baltimore, and even Cincy, as of late, in the AFC North. It's just crazy that in 20 years, that division's had so much parity. Hey, Tristan, what's up? We haven't killed anything special yet, so, you haven't missed much. Hop on the angler, very soon we're going to. What Golden Ridge Legendary is active? I don't actually know. It's, the AFC is not how I thought it was going to shake out at all, Danny. I still think the Bengals are going to at least be in the wild card conversation. And you would imagine Steelers or Ravens, whoever doesn't win the division. So, there's either 1 or 2 wildcard spots left after that. But the Bengals are fighting an uphill battle, so let's say 2. Really, I'm thinking just the AFC South winner. And then, yeah, honestly, I kind of like their chances because I think there's only going to be 1 team out of the East. But again, 1 team gets hot and wins 8 of the last 9 or whatever. It can change the entire complexion. I can't say I've had that mad dog, but I have had some issues. I kept having a thing where, like, I had to double tap the button to zoom in, like on the bait and stuff. It was kind of strange. Alright, let's go ahead and bounce up here, see what we got going on the bridge. Level 3 road deer, nice. I now have Subway. What'd you get, though? I love that the Jets are 2-6 and were 4-3 last year with Zach Wilson. I saw something, and I don't think this will happen, but maybe. I saw, like, basically an article exploring how likely is it that Aaron Rodgers gets traded. His contract is pretty tradable. But, like, who wants that right now? Is there any team out there that's like a playoff contender whose quarterback isn't good enough? I mean, you could say the... Oh my god, wait. What if he went to the Vikings? Please, please make it happen, NFL. It'd be so funny. I want this to happen now. Because I mean, Darnold hasn't been bad, but, you know, his play's been maybe slipping a little bit. They lost a couple in a row. I would laugh so hard. I need this in my life. Steak and cheese with pepper jack, add bacon and smashed avocado. Ooh, nice. I summoned your diamond leopard? Well, I'm forever indebted. Russ is looking great in Pittsburgh. Happy for him and Pickens. And Pickens can actually, you know, be decent if he gets the ball and makes plays. If he doesn't get the ball and make plays, he just pouts. Might have to get Subway again, even though I had it yesterday. Get me some too. Was it in season, K-Flow, the Jets and Vikings traded with Favre? That part I can't remember, but Favre had him on the doorstep of going to the Super Bowl. And then they would have played the Colts that year. Which, who knows what would have happened, because the Saints beat them. What's up, David? Appreciate you jumping in. My fiance ordered our son an Eeyore costume for Halloween, and it just came today. Nice. I don't know why, but when I was a kid, I thought Eeyore was so funny. Can officially confirm snakehead exists, but only one smaller than 1 pound. Big meal. If Aaron Rodgers comes back to the NFC North, he's going to have the largest target on his back. Yeah, probably, but I don't know. I think, you know, the way the game is played with not pass interference, roughing the passer anymore, quarterbacks having a target doesn't apply that much. The Caribou ain't bad. Nah, I should just kill the Bears. Like Jaden Daniels. No, sorry. It just happened. Train! I think we're gonna be okay. It should be early enough. I usually get here exactly when the train's here. I'll be close. Depending on how many times I stop and spot things and shoot things, we could have some train issues. Got 2 diamond caper Kaylee and a diamond Canada Goose. Nice. That's not a dead bear. So sometimes you get them. I guess I've been here. Sometimes you get them drinking over there, which I don't see. Well, I'm looking at it as an in-season trade, Danny. Because the way Rodgers is playing, I kind of think this is going to be his last year. He just doesn't appear to have it anymore. Knowing you're going to run off the side, I would never do that. Oh no. I'm still tempted, you know, after all these years, they fixed that years ago. I'm still tempted to do the thing where you, like, fall and then heal yourself as you hit the ground, but they should have left it that way. That was one of those, like, helpful, it wasn't even a glitch, but, like, helpful, game mechanics that didn't make a lot of sense. Flawless fast shot. Nice little pirouettes there. Really should have retired. He probably would have been better off just retiring. So they keep Devontae and Fleece there, and that would be the Jets. I mean, you know, if Woody Johnson's thought is this team can win a Super Bowl, which I don't know how it would still be that, but he seemed to think that when they fired Robert Saleh. Maybe. Crab. They do appear to be a little more common than the crayfish over on Golden Ridge, which can be a little bit annoying. Want giant crabs from Australia? Those things are creepy. I don't want those. Now a dead bear? Very dead. Ended up shooting a diamond mustier than a leucistic male capercaillie. Oh, I'm jealous of that. I can't believe I've never had one. But I want any rare male capercaillie. Leucistic, pale, whatever. They just look awesome. And every time I go to Reventuli, that's in the back of my mind. Maybe we'll get one, but no such luck. That is kind of funny, Danny. Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. Total count of moose on my way into the city is 4 now. All cows, still cool? Hey. Seeing moose, at least for me, is a pretty rare thing. I believe I've seen 2 ever? Huh? You're not talking to me? Okay. Would you say the hunter or the angler is more popular? The hunter's more popular. You know, the angler right now having a new map maybe has a little more hype around it, but generally speaking, there's more players in the hunter. You calling me a Krusty Krab? I ain't calling you a truther. You might have to be old to know that joke now. Do we wait here for a minute for the train? Because, like, feels like we should wait here for a minute. Do I see it already? It's a rock. Thoughts on how they could do non-typicals and great ones? I think they could just make non-typical basically a rare. Should be as simple as that. Do you do herd management? What's more commonly referred to as light management, which is just leaving the small ones. I don't do any stacking or anything like that, but a form of herd management, so like at a basic level, yes. Colts benched Anthony Richardson. What are they doing, man? Unless Steichen's just trying to save his job, like, the entire point of drafting Anthony Richardson was there's going to be some, what do they call that? You got to take your medicine. They're going to lose some games. There's going to be some rough patches. I volunteer as tribute. Oh no! I got stuck. I got stuck on this thing and it didn't let me go over any further. Dang it, man. Race it? No, I lost. I lost. Why? And now I gotta go down there and claim those bears. I did deserve it. I did. I could have just stood there and watched it like a normal train-loving goober, and instead here I am. It won't take that long. Tribute. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Not wrong. Is that official, by the way, Bottom Boy? They really benched him. I hear it. I guess it's already through the tunnel. I don't think I've ever been here when it's going through the tunnel. That's kind of cool. Put a tent down there? I probably should. At one point I had set up a lot of this map for moose grinding because I was getting really sick of, what am I doing? I was getting really sick of Medved. So I have like a bunch of tents out. At least I think I do. Yeah. And now I'm not moose grinding, so I could go move them, but for now this will work. Stupid games are the best games. You are not. So, woo! Oh dear. Can I, like... Oh, we gotta go back here. You can get on this. I think. Alright, I'll go this way. According to ESPN alert via Shefty. Alright, fair enough. By the way, I'm sorry this is loud. No wonder. If I had it on 80, that would do it. Why'd I have it that loud? He's completing 44% of his passes. I told Aaron yesterday, JTAC, I'm so glad Anthony Richardson balled out against the Steelers, and it has been absolute garbage since. He killed us. Every pass was like right on the money. And then he's completing, yeah, 40%. And he's probably completing under 40 because he hit like every one against us. Elite driving skills. That's me, elite driver Flinter. Can I have a Bloodhound and a Labrador at the same time? No, you can only have like one dog equipped. It's kind of a strange word to use, but I think that gets the point across. But it's such a relief to get the Diamond Snow Leopard off your list. Such a relief, man. Because, you know, and this happened with Bobcat last year, and I actually got the Bobcat around the same time. It was a little bit later. It was in November. But, it's tough to, you know, on stream and maybe, like, a video here and there. That's the only time I can put into it. So it's really tough come hunting season to actually go and get one. So I'm glad, you know, before the rut kicked into where I'm really out of time, that we were able to get it. What's up, Dustin? Still stunned from that Ravens game? Dude, Kyle Hamilton dropping an interception. Because me and my dad, we were processing deer. Our grinder broke. And my brother, like, wired up a new switch for it, but he had to leave. So after that, there was, like, a little bit of a pause in working and stuff. So we took a break. We went upstairs, ate lunch, watched the Eagles-Bengals game, and then they switched coverage to the Ravens and Browns game for the end. And we just sat there and watched that. And when that ball, like, hit Hamilton right in the hands, it was like, ah. Man, the Steelers could have gone into Monday Night Football being up in the division, and Jameis threw a pick. And then he caught it 15 times and dropped it. And immediately comes back and throws a strike to the end zone. That's Jameis football right there. Didn't I kill 2 here? I thought I did. Nice Jason Tail, that's cool. They run the other way? Ooh. Took a little bit of a swim there, but that's okay. Maybe I didn't get the other one. I don't know. Well, anyway, I guess we'll jump into the Ingo then. Hi, back. I'm dead. Wow. Alright, need to wait for Steam Cloud. I originally predicted 6-2 for us, but didn't think we'd be top of the division. 6-2 was my thought as well. Although, who did we lose to? Colts and Dallas? I thought we'd lose to Dallas, but I thought Dallas would be better. The losses were not the ones I would have guessed. What's up, Mel? Welcome back. Waiting for Flinter to read stat. AR has worse completion rate than Tim Tebow and Jamarcus Russell. Yikes. Rough out there. Alright, I wonder if Kerm's in-game already, because if I just join off him, that would make my life easier. I can block him. Well, hello. That was odd. We'll join a server. Guess we'll just join a daytime server. And go and refill my drink and we'll do some fishing. Steph digs towards ATL. Dude, I've had like 3... Oh, you just joined? Maybe I can get you still. In one of my other leagues, I've had 3 receivers go out for the year now. One of them was Diggs, one was Godwin, so unfortunate. Alright, anyway. I'll go refill my drink and we'll figure out joining in a second. Goat Mahomes. There's diamonds in here for sure. Anyway, I will be right back. Alright. It's fishing time. I don't know where we're going. I do know... I think this pond is a diamond koi spot. So... do we start there? Do we go... oh, there's Kurt. We'll go down there. I don't know what we're fishing for, but I'm going to follow him. It's usually a good idea, I find. What's up, Clark? How's it going, man? What way am I? This way? Brain took a nap and I thought this was a Twitch stream for a sec, so I was going to get you with T-Rex as soon as you came back. That would have been effective because I'd have been focused on trying to get to the right spot here. You're a diamond koi? Why you? Chum salmon without the H? Do not chum. Gonna be in the background while I watch hockey? Will not be as active. Hey, I appreciate the lurk, man. Thank you. Heck, I got a gold chum salmon. Oh my god, it's Santa Claus! I want a diamond chum salmon for Christmas. Do we chum with anything? As they are chum salmon? Bread, we could. Wow, I have enough for 2. Great. I'm gonna have to move quick. Nice. Santa's floating above the water? Well, like, he has his magic sleigh. Are we surprised here? Of course he is. He's Santa. That's how you know he's real. Chum with Bren? Who's Bren? Well, this was not as effective as I thought. I cast it over the water again. Hey, I need to back up, I guess. I can't hit the water. I'm so good at this game, bro. Just hold on. I'm so good. I ain't reading that, Danny. I see one. Hey, we got a fish. It's actually an alright fish, I think. Alright, new PB right off the bat. This is why we follow Kerm around. What's up, AT? Good to see you, man. Such a waste of good bread. I know, I really should have, like, at least put that where it was within reach. What I gotta do is take the slingshot off. Don't you start, Shadow. Yeah, I think we'd be way better off if the bread was right in front of us, but we'll roll with it as it is for now. Still aiming at rocks? Apparently so, because, holy, I've hit every rock on the shore so far. I'm not reading that either, bottom boy. This is weird tension on this one. Maybe it's decent, or maybe it's a white spotted char. I was wondering. There's probably a lure for something else, but that's fine. Mason, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. Is molded bread. Ew. Do it. Do the do. Your weird tension. Thank you. Maybe it's a good thing you keep hitting them rocks. You could catch a diamond rock. I do need a diamond rock bass, so you might be onto something. No such luck there. Okay, let's do... not handbook. And if we chum right here, that way we're actually bringing the bait past it. Probably makes more sense. Can I, like... I don't understand the need to sometimes double tap buttons to make it to work now. It seems odd. Think you're chumming too early? Oh, maybe. It'll happen sometimes. Tomlin cracked me up so hard going into halftime. With the, what did he say? It's not frustrating, it's just football or something like that. Yeah. I don't know what. That was odd, but it worked. If you hook through the rock, you must tax it if that were a thing in the angler. You'd really have to set a hook hard to hook a rock. Probably could be done, though. I mean, I guess you can... That's a decent looking fish. You can, like, hook the edge of a rock, kind of. Maybe you can stick it into the moss a little bit. Come here, buddy. Hey! We're moving in the right direction. This is a good screenshot. I want this. Beautiful. Mind of a true champ? I think, you know, these last like 5 years, Tomlin's been in I don't know, 70 or 80 games, I would bet, in which, you know, they're not scoring touchdowns, but they're still in the game. If they go into halftime within 3, I like their odds a lot, because the Steelers might have some of the best halftime adjustments of any team in the league. They just, like, the Giants were killing them with the run game last night. They go into halftime, they had a couple big runs in the second half, but for the most part, they shut that down, and they typically do that with any team. That's on the bank, but it let me. I smell a big fish smells? I hope so. It would be pretty cool if our first diamond's the one I specifically wanted. That said, I didn't know the diamond were going to be as cool as they are. I'm not allowed to rag on Tomlin currently. Only if he's losing. Okay, so I either need to... There's a chum salmon there that just didn't want the lure. Odd. I either need to go get more stuff, or maybe... They had hot dogs too, that's what I was hoping. It's not going to buy us a lot of time, but a little bit. Yeet. Tomlin is known, Clark, for, like, basically, like, disliking when, I guess, players are... I thought I heard the drag screaming there. It is a little bit. It's a good one. Anyway, he's like, he finds it, like, offensive, I guess, that there's guys that are written off his bus because, you know, coaches don't want to coach him kind of thing. Had to duct tape my headphones? Oh no. I mean, I've been using Kyla's headset here for a month or so now, so I'm kind of in the same boat. So this will be a gold for sure. Nice, 22 pounds. Not bad. I like the animations and stuff. I still think that it's like I have its head on this. I'm gonna do that. I still think the angle at which you have to take the picture could be better, but I'll take it for unique animations. Somebody got a nice white spotted char there. Pocket glizzy. If you have pocket glizzies, your odds of catching diamonds go up by 12%. Just keep the hot dogs in your pocket, of course. I'm like Mark Caboli, but with hot dogs. That's like a reference one person's gonna get. The amount of things I've told myself I'm going to buy on Black Friday sales. Dude. So a lot of times we'd... Like, because Black Friday is... Today. This year and many years. The day Kyla comes back from Georgia for Thanksgiving. So we're usually busy. We usually end up not making orders and stuff. But Cyber Monday... Because, you know, who would have thought I buy stuff on Cyber Monday when I have this job. But we're hunting that day. So you got plenty of time to go and look through, like, every deal and see if there's anything. Like my laptop that I use for editing when I'm away, I got that on Cyber Monday, all that sort of stuff. That one gets us. That's UI? Nice. What current QB starters do you think become journeymen within, let's say, 2 years? Jameis already is, so he doesn't count. almost need like a list of starters in front of me. I could see Russ or Justin becoming that, but I don't know. I'm not really sure what they're going to do with both those guys right now. Gardner like already is. I feel like a lot of the journeymen that I think are going to be journeymen have been. A lot of them except Drake May. He looks like he might actually be good. You talk about the tweet Kabuli put out about hot dogs? No, he, at some event at one point, they had like little sandwiches, and he put one in his pocket for later, like his pants pocket. It was a well-known thing. Pat McAfee show brought it up, if I'm not mistaken. Can see Kirk bouncing around. That's a good one, actually. Because they have Penix. That's a really good one. It feels almost guaranteed. Although, you know, when you're throwing for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns and all that, you think Dak will be. I mean, he just signed 200 something million dollar deals, $60 million a year. That contracts would be tough to trade. Murray, Purdy, Geno, Stafford. Stafford and Geno. I think in the next couple years they'll be on other teams. The other two will stay. Volcano's a diamond crab spot? Is it? I was in a diamond spot, and I even caught some crabs. I didn't know it. Sad. Maybe we'll go up there. Not right now. Someone has to catch a diamond salmon. Do we think diamonds are easy, like Norway? Is this more Golden Ridge? Like, I know it's day one, but I'm wondering what the impression is so far. Early morning, like 6 a.m.? Gotcha. I see a fish going for this. I think that might have been a char again. I like these things too. I don't know where diamond spots are for these, but I definitely want a diamond char. This actually is a salmon, though. What's up, Thunder Gunner? Good to see you, man. Josh Johnson, he's a legend. It's another nearly gold. Hey, Specialized Duck. What was that thing? Didn't even really look like either species that we're fishing for. Carr, Baker, Bryce, and Kirk. So we already said Kirk. I'd say Carr. Baker might have a home there. And then, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with Bryce. Probably not anything good for his sake. Missed the grizzly hunting? You did, but we didn't kill anything special. Not overly surprising either that that we didn't manage that. Hello. Can I have my fishing rod, please, game? Thank you. Saints need a new coach. The fact that he's still there is absurd. But I guess the Saints don't really fire people. Dennis Allen ain't it? He wasn't it with the Raiders. He was able to stop Tom Brady on the Bucs, and that was basically his crowning achievement, and he got the job. Oh, it was a Dolly Varden. That's what I was seeing. I'm surprised they're not coming and hitting this. They hit a spinner, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, I'm like certain they do. Not bad. Goff, Love, Williams. Not Dalton, Darnold. Darnold is the only one I'd say. Want to buy a recurve bow and classic, but which one should I buy? The heavy recurve is pretty good. It's a little harder to shoot beyond 20 meters. The other two, the carbon and the wooden, are exactly the same. Slightly less powerful, but aiming at 30 meters is really easy. So, you know, whatever you prefer there. It's not hard to get within 20 meters of stuff if you have the collars. If you don't have collars, I might look at the regular recurves. That's easy to do, Danny. I was trying to figure out who the heck it was, and I knew who you meant. Look above you? Oh, no. Hello? Ooh, 18 pounds? Deontay Johnson just got traded to the Ravens. Did he really? Dang it, man. Not that I, like, loved Deontay when we had him. And he has... Ooh, hello. That might be our best one so far. It'll be close. Looks pretty good in the water. Ooh, 25 pounds. But you can see, like, the model change from even 22 to 25. A lot bigger. I don't know what we're looking for diamond. Maybe 30? Anyway. I do think Deontay and Zay Flowers are very similar. And that just gets more people wide open for Lamar to throw to. We won that trade? Oh, for sure. But, you know, I wish he didn't end up with the Ravens, basically. Dante Jackson's awesome. He's played very well. So, like, I have those, but they're in the storage, and I can't remember how that works, but basically it works poorly for me, no matter what I do. Alright. Back where we were. Are you in the same spot, Kyler, or are you somewhere else?
Huh?
Are you in this server? Are you in the same spot?
I'm to the left.
Gotta be different.
Hey.
They fixed it. Oh, okay. Time is 28:29. Gotcha. So we're close. We're in the right area. I'm trying to find this Deontay Johnson tweet. Okay, there's Shefty tweeting about Anthony Richardson. Yep. Carolina's sending Deontay to the Ravens. I don't know if he's a needle mover for them, but it will be... I think it works for their system, basically. Favorite fish on Japan? I was sure it was going to be chum salmon, because I think they look really cool. I think they're, you know, they're the size of fish I like to fish for. Consistently 15 and 20 pound fish. But the timing, they get so massive. And they're an aggressive fish, meaning you can catch them with lures. They might win overall. And these white spotted char, I haven't gotten to catch any big ones yet, but I'm kind of excited to see how big they get. You know, Van Jefferson's playing better with Russ J-Tech, but I mean, like, Mike Williams is still out there, and I don't know, is like... I guess Cleveland already traded Amari. They're probably not trading anybody else, but some of these teams that are in bad shape, like Darius Slayton, there was talk about the Steelers trying to get him from the Giants. Somebody. Oh, sorry, Crazy Dud. I'm a Steeler fan. Give me some Cooper Kupp. Nah, they won those games. They're not going to trade him now. Ain't happening. And, someone else they had been connected with is hurt and out for the year. Christian Kirk. So, they got to make a move before it's too late. It will quite literally be too late after the bye. Because, trade deadline. I'm above you in game? Holy, what the? Hey, wait, don't release that. Oh, too late. He was being held sideways. That was strange. Wait, what team is this, Dustin? Or who is Devontae? Oh, no, I do know who that is. This is Ravens, okay. Stroud, Levis. Well, I don't know what they're going to do with Richardson. Levis might become a journeyman. Because people will like his high-end talent, but his Carson Wentz disease is going to cost him, you know, a lot of starting opportunities. Mike Williams is better than nothing. He suits exactly what Russ does well. I'd be fine with it. I would rather a guy who's going to create more separation, but, I mean, I don't know. You got George Pickens and Mike Williams running go routes on opposite side of the field. Good luck playing a one safety system, and then Najee's going to eat. So, like, I actually think it's a decent move. Well, they just paid him Clark, so I imagine he's going to stay. Not to mention the mayo and the coffee thing. Now that is odd. Richardson got benched? I can't believe that. It makes zero sense to me whatsoever. Unless Shane Steichen thinks he's going to get fired. Which they drafted Richardson knowing this exactly was the situation. I just don't get it. Not in the East, Danny. I mean, Rodgers maybe, but I think he plays one more year at most anyway. Flinter streams turn into football commentary. It really is today. But I guess a lot of stuff's going on. Just so happens to be a day a lot of teams are making moves, so not super surprised. They benched him because Pat got real loud on his show yesterday about it. The whole being tired and going out was kind of strange, but I don't know. I assume that's not the reason. North, Justin or Russ, maybe? If they can find a way to keep them both, though, and, like, develop Justin behind Russ, I think they'd like to do that. But they're going to have to sign Justin for really cheap, and I imagine maybe he'll want to stay. Maybe he likes Coach Tomlin, and he'll accept a lesser deal with the thought of becoming the starter in 2 years or something. But there's going to be another team out there that'll offer him more than the Steelers are going to be able to if they keep Russ as well. So potentially one of those two. Lamar. I don't know what they're going to do with Deshaun. Like, no one's going to... He's not going to be a journeyman because no one's going to want him. That might be big. I saw a big old fin there. Yeah, that ain't bad. Diamond White Spotted Char is 53? Oh my god. I love it because they're like a river fish. Whoa. Here, fishy. Is this a salmon? I don't even know. Yeah. It doesn't look that big in the water, but it... Wait, what? That's our biggest one. Why'd we net that? I guess because we're close to the edge? That's like 2 pounds off a diamond, so we're getting close. How big are juvenile diamond? I haven't caught one yet. Yeet. Hot dog. What? Ooh, I haven't actually. So I chose not to do any of them in early access because I thought, like, you know, maybe just wait until release to do anything like that. And then I forgot all about them. We can get some Dolly Gardens. That won't be a problem. Weeklies, 8 golds. Glad I've already caught a bunch of golds. Dumb. Winston was throwing dimes. Winston played good. Are time the new best XP fish? I would have to imagine. Especially if you have a good setup. Because, like, they're not difficult at all to bring in, like, 70 and 80 pounders. And that's significant XP. I don't know if Minshew counts, Danny, because I think he already is a journeyman. And then O'Connell, I don't think he's good enough. Really, like, I don't see what the Raiders see in him. Maybe he'll be on a roster, but I don't think he's even going to be the backup. I think he'll be the third. Got Johnson for a 6th and a 5th. He's not even old. I mean, that's a solid pickup. And one would imagine he's going to want revenge on the Steelers. Although not that they really did him dirty, I wouldn't say. But it'll make those games more interesting. Mahomes journeyman, yeah, he's just not good enough. They're going to cut him. They don't have old fella in there anymore. Was it Henny? I don't know who their backup is. Is it Gabbard, I think? We're in the same server? Nice. It's got to be that big diamond male lurking in here eventually. I say that as multiple casts in a row we catch nothing. They sent him to the Panthers. That's doing him dirty. He's the one that wanted out. He did that to himself. It is pretty funny, though. They picked up exactly what they needed on defense. A really quality corner opposite Joey. Cam Sutton's coming back after the bye. Now, he might be a domestic abuser, so not sure about that one, Chief, but whatever. Not really, you know, the way Beanie's playing, maybe they won't play him, but I imagine they will because they like him. Anyway, they still, you know, they need a receiver too, so like trading away Deontay when he was decent for them was a decision, but he wanted out, so what do you do? I don't watch football, but you sure do, just a little bit. I definitely wasn't walking around Walmart Sunday night watching a game on my phone. Sutton got arrested over the offseason when he was still with the Lions, yeah. I've heard as long as the dude ain't your QB, it's acceptable in the league. Or if you're Deshaun Watson for some reason. Or Tyreek Hill. But he wasn't the quarterbacks, though. What happened? Like, we were catching all the fish. Brown's trying to trade for Sutton as we speak. I don't think they'll give him... Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't think they'll give him up, but I thought that was a real thing. I get it. There's a Dolly Varden in there. I do need them for my dailies. But I swear they hit a spinner. Like, maybe I'm mistaken? I just saw a big fish right at the hot dogs, too. They love those questionable character players? Well, you know. They've got the right guy to lead them. Although he's hurt. Bigger than I thought to not hit a 6. Too many injuries, we have to get a new player or two every week. It looks that way. Are these fish real? I'm excited for rod holders. Yeah, that'll make a big difference, huh? Put that diamond-only size hook on there and then start lure fishing. I'd be all about that. That would have made, like, perch and sunfish and bluegill and all those things that took us forever way more tolerable. Because I could have fished with, like, smallies or something in the process. Like, that salmon looked plenty big enough to hit. Oh, we were using that guy. Got a gold crab. Sutton is also a beautiful lake in West Virginia. Imagine that. I am beginning to question if we have hit a time and temperature that's not good, because nobody's catching anything. Ever considered changing your character appearance? I don't know. I kind of like it. I'll change it every now and then just for fun. Imagine ice fishing. Like, why is that salmon not biting? That's what I'm confused about. He's plenty big enough to hit a size 6. It's not like it's a bronze. Quickly learned that if you play on Game Pass without actually owning the game, it doesn't allow you to purchase the Japan Reserve. Just a heads up for people playing on Game Pass. I assume... that can't be intended, right? They'll have to fix that? I don't think it's supposed to work that way. Time and temp? Seems that way to me. Next year, Cold Outdoors is going to take a fishing trip to the West Virginia mountain streams. That sounds fun. Bruh. jumping out when my lure's right in front of him. That's why I moved. That would make the sense. I'm gonna follow you because you know what you're doing. There's Kyla. I'm trying to find where Kerm went. There he is. Ready for Thanksgiving? Dude, we had... I don't know why. But we had, like, sort of a Thanksgiving-like meal. It's like turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, like, a couple of weeks ago. And I have been thinking about that ever since. Thanksgiving, I wish it was in hunting season. But at least it being, like, a couple days before, there was some, like, Thanksgiving leftovers for the night after hunting season. Like, the first day. It's a pretty easy meal. You come home and reheat Thanksgiving leftovers. Do you own or maybe play on an Xbox controller? I have one, but I don't play with one. Thanksgiving is the best holiday? I never could have predicted you'd say that. You think Kerm's gonna let me get in, or is he gonna take off before I get there? You can't escape me. Santa, your beard's brown. Can't wait for Thanksgiving on Classic. Hey, it'll be the yearly turkey hunt from my perspective. Excited for that. Really, there's 2 yearly turkey hunts. Because I do one for Thanksgiving and one for, like, turkey season. But the turkey season thing's been fairly recent. So what are we here for? Kerm died. I don't like that the camera auto shifts. Timing. Oh, okay. I didn't even know they were lake fish. So what you're saying is, it's timing to... Never mind. Wait a minute. Do I own 2? Oh. I might have been using the wrong lure that entire time. It worked good enough. I don't know. That's not what I want. This. And... hot dogs. Yeet. Now, it would appear he's fishing on the bottom or something. Or maybe it's a little bit glitchy, I'm not sure. How deep is this? 100 feet? I bet fishing on the top is not the way to do this. Looks like he's jigging or something, maybe? I probably don't even have the right setup, but let's see. Time in. Grub. I mean, the odds that I even have that are, like, I never jig, ever. How did I... That's not what I meant to hit. Oh, I do. Not a great array of sizes, but I would think a 2-augh's okay. And then do we just jig in place? Anything special? Flinter silver chum salmon. We did catch, I don't know, 3 or 4 gold chum salmon. Wasn't too bad. Don't want to play the Lions if I'm other teams. I was the... Ooh, that looks large. That's a 90-pound gold right there. I was thinking, like, I feel like at least any given Sunday, the Steelers can probably compete or beat any team, maybe other than the Lions. They look so good. Why you catching my brother? Why not? I really don't know if I'm supposed to reel his in or not. I think you can fish this way. Literally feel the exact same way about my Chiefs. Reasonably so. Jeez, Danny, I just saw that. I let jig for like 5 seconds, then reel. Gotcha. I should probably have like a size 1 hook or something, but I have to imagine, I don't know, maybe 70 pounders. Oh, here we go. Not a very big one, which would probably imply that a 2-augh's fine. And this is why these are good XP fish, because that will probably still be 50 pounds or so. Oh, 30 hits a 2-aught. Okay, we definitely have the right size hook then. Gold is 4-aught. That's craziness, by the way. I can't even throw this as far as I'm going to cast, but that's alright. Russ had a generational I'm still good game last night. Yeah, I thought he played well. Ravens beat him. Ravens killed them. In Baltimore, I think. I can't remember where the game was. Got my first DasBiel and trout, and it's a diamond? Nice. That's pretty cool. I think they look really, really neat. I'm not sure if they're that colorful in real life. Maybe they are. The ones I've seen aren't like as bright as they are in the game, but they look cool no matter what. Slightly better one, but still not that big. I don't think so, Dustin. Not that I know the Ravens schedule, but I'm not aware of that game happening. This thing is like under the boat. Moving in the right direction. Barely. This whole time I've been thinking you were saying Dolly Parton. I'm trying to remember where that got brought up, because I haven't streamed this till today. Maybe it was just in my comments, but I thought somebody like I thought I read it out loud. Maybe I did. Did they say if they're going to add a fishing lodge? They have not. Hopefully they'll at least, you know. I'd like them to tell us yes or no, basically. I forgot to be jigging. Whoops. Random question, what got you into streaming? Well, I was doing just YouTube, like, videos for, I don't know, that's a little bigger. Probably 2 or 3 years. And I didn't have internet capable of live streaming, like at my parents' house. It just wasn't something that was even, like, it wasn't remotely possible, so I never even considered it. But at some point, Zaggy used to do live streams and stuff like that, and basically he offered to stream to my channel from his end, his perspective, but I would like read the chat and all that kind of stuff. So we did that for a while, and then when I moved into my apartment and got internet capable of streaming, I was already kind of familiar with it, and I really liked it. I liked the interaction with chat and everything, so just kept on doing it. Fishing for Atlantic salmon to level up. I have all the biggest daily and weekly challenges active. Good call. The fact that that's only a 55 pounder. Got a ways to go. Is chumming for these worth it, by the way? Do not chum. What's up, Maximus? Good to see you, man. Welcome on in. Ooh, I need to be... I also... This could cost me a fish, but I wanted to look at the wind direction today. South. What a terrible wind. Trying to decide where to hunt tonight. Anyway, what's your biggest wish upon a star? Angler-wise? I don't know. Probably a diamond, or chum salmon. Came close on chum salmon. Right on the bottom, the last couple of fish. Ooh. I like this. This will be 70 to 80 range. Probably 70. Where can I see your buck mount in Discord? Do I have a picture of the mounts anywhere in Discord? I don't know. I drop it like 50 feet and they hit immediately when I start reeling? So when you say you're jigging for 5 seconds, you're not jigging from the time you hit the bottom for 5 seconds. You're jigging down to 50 feet, then you start reeling? What's a good Atlantic salmon? I mean, diamond's, what, in the area of 50 pounds? I must see it. I'm trying to think if I ever posted. I probably did post a picture of the mount somewhere. Killed my biggest buck last Monday. Nice, Lucas. Congrats. Here's our slightly large fish. They look so cool. 66 pounds. Basically, every one's been an improvement. Need to fish the Kinzu Reservoir. I have, actually. The only time that I have, though, was when, like, there was a ton of rain and there was, like, insane flooding and stuff. And the water levels were rising, I mean, tens of feet per day. It was, it wasn't the best fishing trip I've ever had. That's even bigger. This might be a gold. Amazing, Dustin. That ends up being him that tips the ball up. Fantastic area in general. Glad to call it home. Yeah, I liked it up there. I had a good time. Minus the, like, sleeping in a wet sleeping bag and all that. That part wasn't so good. Best lure for Atlantic salmon? I think I used, like, a 2-aught spoon or maybe a 1-aught. I forget. That's a good point, Clark. I never really thought about that, but it's a little scary. Alright, that's our second biggest one ever, and a gold. So these guys are just chilling down here everywhere. That looked like that nice red color on that one. Mercury levels are no joke. That is for real. Big old boy. Last biggest was a 9 point. Now I have a 16. Wait. Dang. Every fish down here right now is big. We are both at dime temp. Dime time. The crazy thing is, about twice, you know, that last fish is what we're needing. I think like 140 or so is diamond. Do you go fishing in real life? I do. I'm not sure where we were, Scooter Gang. This is 13, 14 years ago. It was a campground. Come here. I think this will be a gold again. Which is good because I have a gold challenge. He's just not really having this last little bit. There we go. $80 must be like right on the gold mark. Imagine just holding an 80-pound fish like that. Have you ever done any predator hunting in real life? I've been hitting the coyotes hard and found it's my favorite type of hunting over elk and deer. I've never done any successful predator hunting. I've attempted it a little bit, but never had much luck. I did miss a coyote archery hunting one time, but that wasn't really predator hunting. They really do. The second you start to reel, they nail it. That's so interesting. When's the wedding? Month and a half? That makes it scary. You got a lot of stuff to do by then. Biggest fish in real life? Probably like an 8-pound catfish. Nothing crazy. West Virginia's big on hound hunting bears. I didn't know you could do it there. First time we've kind of moved backwards in a while. And even that's 50 pounds? It is for sure, Scooter. It's, you know, obviously like a lot of stuff that goes into it and a lot of planning and a lot of getting everything figured out, especially with it being like a destination wedding, but I think so long as we get everything, you know, in place beforehand, it should be all good from there. Another pretty nice one. Time's actually flying? You are not kidding, man. Oregon outlawed hounds 2 decades ago. I can see why. Like, I get that kind of thing. Hear about Classic Halloween? Last I saw, ooh, there's a 100-pounder. It's supposed to be Thursday, right? Consequently, you can hunt cougar year-round because their population exploded. Huh. It's crazy how, I mean, I guess to a degree it makes sense, but crazy how that works. Leaving for a trip that day. Oh. Hopefully, because this is a pretty late start for the Halloween event, I'm hoping that means, you know, maybe they'll run it a little bit longer for us. I think, generally speaking, everybody would be okay with that. Yeah, 80 must be gold. That's a nice red one. Cast just a little further this time and see what happens. Oh, Grimmy cut a 78-pound gold, so I guess I lied. Don't go hiking there? The day of Halloween's crazy? I think one year they might have started it in November, so it might not be the earliest, or the latest rather, ever, but it's getting there. Okay, so apparently casting further was not the move. First time we didn't immediately get one. I think 35 kilo is gold. That would make sense. Anyone not play on Xbox? Apparently it's an issue Xbox is aware of, so I guess so. Timon almost just snapped my 77-pound braid. They're big, man. I don't find that they fight insanely hard, but I haven't had one bigger than about 85 pounds yet. You got a 3-aught? I'm kind of wondering if I should. But then suddenly I'm not catching anything, so I don't know. November 1st, I'm thinking about Christmas and not Halloween. My problem is I'm doing a bunch of all-day sits and stuff in real-life hunting, so I don't get to play it much, and them not starting it to Halloween's not going to help me there, but, you know, it is what it is on that front, I guess. Whoops. Got Reserve Pass, but Xbox not letting us buy it individually and have to buy Reserve Pass again. Well, that's just annoying. Hopefully they'll refund you or something after. They probably won't. No, Microsoft, but maybe. Let this drop like a little deeper. There we go. Decent but not special. Why does almost no one decorate for Thanksgiving? My mom used to. I don't think she still does. But she used to have like little turkey things that would hang from the window, and I mean, she used to decorate for every holiday. At least when we were kids. Do they have trophy rooms for fishing? They don't yet, at least. I'm still hoping they're going to add them. They sounded relatively resistant to the idea, so I'm not like being super optimistic, but still hopeful. There's a scar right here. See that? Neat little things they've added. Fall throws up in my house every year. Can't relate.
Just wait till the 1st of November.
There's pumpkins and fall leaves and anything you relate to fall, really. Basically everywhere in here. What a nerd. What's up, Soup? Look, I'm fishing in fish soup right now. It's almost like they sit there and watch it when you're jigging in place, and then as soon as you reel, they hit it. Was the 100-pounder in the same spot you're at? Yes. I'm gonna just make everyone lucky rabbit foot keychains. So, we had like a church festival one year. And I don't know where they got them, but they had like rabbit foot keychain things as prizes for a kid's game. I don't think they were real, but I kept one for a long time. And I swear like it did start to like rot. It's kind of gross. Sounds good to me, Kermit. Ooh, just found a piebald croc. Nice. I will be here exactly as long as it takes to eat an apple, but do you eat the core of an apple? If not, you're not as cool as Paul Harrell. Feed 100-pounder coming up soon. We gotta get one here shortly. I haven't been jigging, I'm dumb. You might notice I don't jig very much in this game. You're out of hot dogs? I quit chumming a while ago. Maybe that's why I stopped catching so many fish. I also, too, am out of hot dogs, though. You eat the whole apple? I've never done that, but maybe I'll do it someday. We have apples downstairs. Just got a timing with a 55-pound line, and oh boy, that was fun. I caught a 70-pounder on 30-some-pound line because I didn't realize how big they got. It's a battle. Are hot dogs the only thing you can chum these with? Don't make me sit down, game. You're wasting my hot dogs. Can I? I don't like that. It's so weird. Kyla has the right idea. What was that? It's poisonous to eat the whole apple. The amount of arsenic in the seeds is not in any way significant as far as I'm aware, but it's probably ideal to not. Apple pie. Ooh. You say pecan pie or pecan pie? Have you ever heard of deer hunting with dogs? I know they do it down south some. Not something I've ever known anybody personally that's done it. Thought it was cyanide? Maybe it's cyanide. I thought it was arsenic. It's something that is poisonous. We catching any glizzies? No. We shot many a glizzy bear earlier, but no big ones. Wyatt's got a big one? Nice. I just seen a man fall to his knees in Buc-ee's after the Deontay Johnson trade. What the heck? This game looks cool, but I don't know if I would have as much fun as Caldwell and I go fishing way more in real life. That's fair. Oh, I thought that was going to be big. That tension acted kind of weird. All pie is the goat. Pie never hurt anyone. What about meat pie, though? I guess it's kind of a pot pie. Does anyone have a pet peacock? My uncle used to raise peacocks. Like pecan, Maximus? Am I reading that how you're wanting it? Asger says cyanide. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was arsenic. Wait, arsenic is in Baylor twine. I think that's what I'm thinking of. We haven't had much rain. So it did rain here. Almost looks like it's still raining a tiny bit, but like sprinkle, nothing significant at all. Not even enough to wet the leaves to walk into the woods quieter. Your $1 pies don't count as pie? It is a pie though. What do you mean? It's a pot pie. As long as it isn't pecan. I think that's what I call them. Can I ask when you're going to go hunting? Probably going to stop streaming in about an hour to get out this evening. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to go, though, because it's a south wind and that's not really ideal for any of my spots. Have you caught an eel? We have not yet. We've been after chum salmon and taimen. Couple of decent ones of each. I thought it would be better than it has been, Clark. Except pumpkin pie. I don't mind pumpkin pie. Pecan or pecan, not pecan. I'm going to say pecan just for you. What's up, Joe? Thought Southwind was good for the food plot? No, true. I was thinking of a little further in the woods today. That might actually be the move. But I should maybe send Kyler there because there's like multiple bucks that have been in there, including one nice one. One that I would shoot. Gonna head out and do some errands. Thanks for the stream, man. No worries. Glad you can make it. I'm assuming Kerm's buying stuff. I will also buy stuff. Or maybe he crashed. What's up, Alphonse? Welcome on in. That sucks, Anthony. If there's shade in that plot, then I'd definitely give it a go. It's pretty overcast, but there is. I don't know if the shade's as relevant today. Hello? There we go. It's like people say Prescott, not Prescott for the name Prescott. I've heard like one person ever say Dak Prescott. I don't know who it was, but I have heard it. Am going for snakeheads. Is it that late? Oh. Is this you? No, it's Kyla. Are they actually down there? I really thought they would be. And I went down there and I couldn't catch any. Yeah, decently overcast, J-Tech. How goes the wedding planning? We're supposed to plan our wedding? I thought you just showed up. When you catch a fish, can you click tab so I can see the fish? I'm pretty new to the angler. Can try to do that, yeah. I gotta go run over Kermit first. I live in Prescott, or Prescott, Arizona. Everyone calls it Prescott and corrects me when I say otherwise. I feel like that's a very normal thing, though. Like, a local area almost using what I'll call, like, the shortened version, or, like, the lazy way to say it type of deal. I'd be surprised if Kyla invites you to the wedding. Same, to be honest. I think Shadow's gonna be her +1. Forgot to say hi. What's up, David? I'm guessing that deep spot's where he's headed. Wait for me! Ugh. That was very similar to what happened the first time we ever got in a canoe. Prescott doesn't come off the same. I can imagine people not liking it. I just saw it there, Clark. I did a it's not easy being cornerback. I think it was better earlier. Is Shadow gonna be the flower girl? She's not gonna make the trip, unfortunately. I don't think she would do well on a plane. And I also, you know, the additional having to take her out and all that kind of stuff, we're just probably better off with not that. That's a bridge. Where? Hello? Is this the Crispy Crab? Man's got the Barbie rod, he's serious. I'm not even set up currently. Now I've got everything out of order. This is just a mess. We using cheese? That's what I used before. And chum with pearl barley, I think. Which I'm halfway out of, but such is life. A little short, but we'll go with it. What, Kermit? What's up, B-Shep? Nothing really significant to speak of. Did you yell smoked when he shot? Yeah, I heard it. I was hunting like several hundred yards away and I heard smoked him. So I knew she got it. Star Wars reference? Oh, hey, here we go. Alright, somebody wanted to see the entirety of the fish. It's our biggest one by 3 ounces. I like the ounce thing, though. It's a lot easier to understand, like, as a freedom unit user. How much, like, 0.1 pound is, because nobody, you know. When we weigh things, it's X pounds, X ounces, not 5.01 pounds. So it's easier to understand, like, how big of a difference it is. No, he was asking if you got a muzzleloader. Oh, muzzleloader kill. I misread it. My bad. I thought it said kill a Kai. This is way better than where I was fishing. It's an inline Clark, so that part of it's not an issue. Only in our early season can we use inline. So, like, the late muzzleloader season that comes in the day after Christmas, that has to be flintlock. Not even caplock. I'm not sure why, but those are not legal. There's a city in Utah called Hurricane City. It's pronounced Hurricane by Utahns. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I always thought it was weird. I'm from Utah. That's not the only place with the name Hurricane in it that people call Hurricane. I've heard that in a number of places. It's interesting, but I think that's, you know, the locals kind of like use the simpler pronunciation. Kind of like how, you know, Pittsburghese or like downtown and all that kind of stuff, just like simplifying it. But I think just for the name of the place in a lot of places. Favorite animal to hunt in real life? I mean, definitely white-tailed deer for me. I enjoy turkey hunting. I enjoy, you know, small game hunting, rabbits, all that kind of stuff, but can't beat an all-day sit in the cold for a whitetail, and then, like, when you get it done, buck comes out and you get the shot. The best. Later, Dustin. PA has some stupid laws. Oh, we've got our fair share of them, that's for sure. No Sunday hunting, stuff like that. More than yesterday, Maximus. We've had issues for about a week straight, and it is working pretty good today. We've had a couple of drop frames, but, yeah, I've just been essentially unable to stream, going all the way back to, last Wednesday. Also pretty new to the hunter. That's a good time to get into it, I would say. No worries, MP. Thanks for joining. Moving on up with our 45 fish we need. Also, the no deer drone recovery thing, figured that out yesterday. So the guy that does the drone deer recovery YouTube channel, that's not legal anymore? Because he's from PA. I do think there's ethical issues there, so I understand why. When I was in Chicago, if you said Illinois, you would never be the same again. Well, I'm not aware of anybody saying Illinois. Why did it restart the stream? That's odd. It must have completely died for a second. Probably need to refresh, yeah. That was strange. Used for finding the deer, I understand, but not finding the carcass. Well, some idiot ruined it last year, shot a bunch of deer in gun season last year at night with the use of a drone. That's exactly why I thought it would be problematic. You know, you'd inevitably run into people using it not to recover dead deer, but to find live deer to go and shoot. You know, I think, to maybe spook deer towards them, to use drones for deer drives, stuff like that. I think drones for any sort of deer hunting probably should be illegal. Now, I do think being able to recover them that way is good. But it's like a lot of things. You know, the few ruin it for the many, so it's got to be outlawed entirely, otherwise you have issues. One bad apple spoils the bunch, 100%. Drone deer drive is the most PA thing ever. I mean, probably. There's a lot of deer hunting things that be pretty PA. Can you use a thermal monocular? Not that I know of. There's Bill 1312 to allow it. Who knows how long it'll take? kind of think they shouldn't allow it. Like, in all honesty, but it's tough. Like, you don't want dead deer going to waste. And you also don't want people poaching. So, like, maybe there's a middle ground. I don't know. I don't deer drive, I Bigfoot drive. Do you do tree knocks and stuff? Hey. Moving in the right direction. In my area, drones are used 24/7 for bear location. For hunting purposes, or 100% JTAC, but, you know, people are then going to use drones for other stuff, is the thing. Poachers are going to poach no matter what? Yeah, you're right, but I think, like, by just disallowing drones in general, it at least makes it easier to police that. One guy with a torch screaming, of course, of course. Hey, there's a gold. Nice. I haven't caught that dark variant at all since my first one. Have you seen the movie Into the Wild? Yes? Some years ago. I can't even remember anything about it, but I'm pretty sure I watched it. Don't misidentify the Alaskan potato. Oh, it's that one. Yes, 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 yes. With Chris McCandles or something like that. Yep, you just said it. Yep, I've seen it and read it. And don't kill a moose if you can't process it. Yeah, you know. Not ideal. Poisoned himself? Yeah, and like the notes and stuff he wrote in his dying days are depressing. Just got my job back with UPS after moving 3 years ago. Nice. Do you enjoy that job? Wasn't getting good advice in the books he was reading? Well, threw his life away. I mean, I'm sure he very much enjoyed, like, the aspect of the adventure and stuff. I don't want to say, like, he went out on top, because obviously he was young. But, I don't know. There's worse ways to go, I guess. Well, I mean, there are. But being poisoned by yourself, that part's not good. But everything leading up to it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Whoop. I lost my pet deer. He's dead. Help me find him. Didn't make a movie? Yes. What's up, Travis? Well, that is worse, Soup. And just like that, all the snakeheads died. What's probably illegal, Maximus? There's IU sweetfish in here. I want to catch one. Where do they bite? Ah! That was game listen. That was rude. I didn't appreciate that. That part's that makes it more bad for what I was trying to get at there, Clark. Another Goldie. Okay, try this again. Hopefully I can look before another one bites. Corn, bloodworm, eggs, bread, red worm. We'll make something in there work. Oh, having a pet deer in PA? Well, I'm not sure it was legal, but there was definitely someone that I went to school with that had a pet deer. It eventually got out and got shot, but yeah. Did you see the hints about fishing in the Hunter? No. What hints? Who was the guy? He survived, but who was the guy that had to cut off his own arm? That was out there in Utah or somewhere. Like, he got his arm trapped between a rock and a hard place. That was kind of stupid, but... with a pocket knife. I don't know if I'd have let myself die or if I'd have been mentally strong enough to cut off my own arm, but I don't like my odds of pulling that off. 127 hours? Yes. Aaron Ralston, that sounds right, yeah. Scarecrow made a video about it, apparently. There have been questions hinting towards fishing in the Hunter on their Discord. Interesting. It would be weird because they have the angler, but I guess, you know. Is this a sweet fish? Did it disappear? Oh. We may be the Orange Army, but our training isn't the best? Hey, don't diss the Orange Army now. Do this be a sweet fish? I couldn't tell. Oh, it's a snakehead. Wait. Well, that can't be the fish that was making it ding. One of snakehead's traits is aggressive, meaning they don't nibble at the bait first, so that'll make it harder to get one. That would be funny, Kermit. To be like, that would actually be legitimately funny. I'm not even sure on this one. Wonder if the fox hints? I forgot all about those. There's one. What a creepy looking thing. Gonna go for koi? Nice. I don't know what the right time for koi is. Plenty of them out there. So a better one or a small snakehead? I'm not sure. Fox hints equals Arctic fox on an Arctic map? Hey, that would kind of fit my Greenland idea, so I'll get behind that. Oh, wow. Significant upgrade, still a bronze. Early morning for koi? Gotcha. Imagine polar bears? They've got them in Classic, and I very much enjoy it. It's pretty cool. Cool. Arctic map. Anyway, why add fishing to a game that's based entirely on hunting, especially when they have a game already dedicated to fishing? Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a reason to do that, but people ask for it all the time still, despite the existence of Caldwell the Angler, so maybe there's something there, but I'm not sure. What's up, Micah? Good to see you, man. Welcome on in. So there's sockeyes in here too, huh? Polar bears, doll sheep, muskox, wolverines. I would get behind all this. Decent fella. Well, he's just telling you to catch a diamond, Kermit, and he'll quit that. If you look at the water, you can see fish. Can you still, though? Ooh, maybe? That one is certainly better. I'd imagine we're in the 8, 9, 10 pound range. I don't know if we're up there around 12 for diamond. Gonna find out. Big fish. Okay, just 8.5. Look like perch in Layton? I didn't know they were still there. I remember there being perch on Layton years and years ago, but I haven't seen them in forever. Not sockeyes for me? Wait, I thought you were the one that caught them. Am I stupid? Yeah. Imagine fishing, all of a sudden you have a 156-pound fish in your arms? You know what happens. Happens to the best of us. Can I add you on Apex? Sure. Go right ahead. Aren't there perch on Hirsch? I don't know, maybe. Been a long time. I thought they removed all those 5 years ago or so, but maybe there are some lakes that still have them. Maybe they missed some. Man, only sockeyes. Oh. Finally got a snakehead. Good. Can't believe well, I mean, I can believe it because I didn't know what I was doing, but I spent so much time trying to catch a snakehead. If I had just gone here, ain't no problem to catch dozens of them. So I think I'm out of... Can I chum with hot dogs? I'm done. Okay. Yes. Yeet. You know, another good thing about this, I'm assuming there aren't catfish in here, or at least I haven't seen anybody catch one. I'd at least be glad to have the fishing rod pull cats and maybe smack it. If you run out of hot dogs, corn will work. I should have some of that too. It's another good one. Bow fishing can be a cool addition to Call of the Wild. That's the route I would like them to go if they're going to do bow fish. If they're going to do fishing, I mean, because again, we have Call of the Wild the Angler for regular fishing. Why add it to a hunting game? Should be a gold again. Beautiful. How close are we to our 8 golds? Gotta be at 6 or 7. 6. Smell the big fish coming back? Smelly smell that smells. Smelly. Feeders 100%? Wait. I missed something there. Where's the feeders thing coming from? Got a new archery target? Nice. So did I. Are you getting a bag target or a deer? I think we're gonna get... I don't want to pay the money for it, but I think we're gonna get a Glendale buck again next year. We've had a couple at my parents' property, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build like a little frame for it and like a little roof to put over it so that it can't just disintegrate in the weather. Because setting it up every time you want to go shoot it just doesn't make any sense. But we had... What's the brand of that? Some Amazon, it's like $100. It's a deer target. It's not bad, but it's lasted a year or two. And even if you replace the vitals, the thing is, the vitals, the thing is kind of wedge-shaped, and the part that you're shooting at, right in the crease, kind of where the crease would be, is so shot out, and that's not something the replacement vitals fixes. So all my arrows go right through it. Oh, I got you, Clark. I got you. Halloween Hunter Classic 1031, apparently. That's what they're saying. Don't be like me and buy a foam layer or a bag that falls apart every year. I have those Morel bag targets, and they do pretty good. But I think with bag targets, they have a tendency to try to eat your arrow inserts and stuff. So I don't know. The volcano's a diamond koi spot, is it? What map? For Halloween, we don't know. That has not been said yet. I don't think we found out that it was Settlers last year until it came out. We always just use hay bales, got tedious fishing out the arrows. When I first started, that was our archery target. Was a styrofoam plate. Can you still get styrofoam plates? Probably. I haven't seen one in a long time. Styrofoam plate with a red circle in the middle. Slapped onto a hay bale, and if you got the right size styrofoam plate, you could just put it between the twine. It's great. Bring back Bush Rangers. Bush Rangers was good. I wouldn't hate that. What are your thoughts on the Detroit Lions? I think They are probably the best team in the league. They're the most complete team in the league. Now, what the heck did we hook here? If they get behind, if they have an off day on offense or an off day on defense, can Goff bring you back when it is passing only situations? That's maybe their biggest weakness. But they're constructed in such a way that, oh, it's Sockeye. They're constructed in such a way that it shouldn't be too big of an issue. You know, most games, that's not something that you'd think they'd face. But you get into the playoffs, you get against better teams. I don't know. And even last year, they lost the Niners not in that situation, but anyway. Is Call of the Wild doing anything? I remember they did a Halloween event a few years back. They have some kind of, I'm going to be honest with you, like some kind of dumb... Game Pros. Hello? Crashed. It's kind of convenient because I was going to go to the bathroom anyway, but I'll get back in here and then do that. What was a big sockeye? Rip Arthur? I know, right? Seen people speculate Valuable being the Halloween map? Maybe. There's enough non-water areas. Reinhardt makes good targets. True.
You never explained about the Call of the Wild thing. You just said dumb.
I will in a minute. I gotta find the tweet, but I will go to the bathroom since we crashed, and I'll be right back. Okay, I found the tweet. To celebrate Halloween, we've put together a werewolf-like social deduction card game called Cards of the Wild. Play with your friends in real life. Just follow these instructions in the document and survive. And I'm sorry, but that's stupid. They shouldn't have done that. The reason I'm saying that's stupid is because it's getting people's hopes up. And why do that? Anyway, I guess we'll keep on doing what we're doing. Compared to what the Chiefs and 49ers have lost, Detroit's still sitting pretty. Yeah, the Hutch thing was a big deal. Dan Campbell was jumping up and down when asked about trade things here recently, so I think they're making a move. Some kind of card game, JTAG, I don't get it. And like I said, I just don't think... I mean, do you want to read... Here. This will not make you feel better about it. Oi. If I click the link... Do you know any time in Atlantic salmon spots on Norway? It's like a big lake in the bottom right on the fish icon. Apex! What? Yeah, we almost have our 45 fish. Okay, so there's like a snow leopard card, kill the prey, protect your tiger. There's a lynx card, same thing. Puma, an alpha tiger, kill the prey, don't die. But like, it's just a card game. And you're supposed to, like, print it out. You're supposed to print out the cards. And then there's, like... This thing's turning sideways on me. Give all players their rule card. Do not reveal card. Like, it's a card game, but I don't know. Seems stupid to me. Has anybody gotten their Rue plush? Did that happen? You reminded me of that. Did that ever actually happen? I would imagine at some point I'd have seen one on social media, but maybe not. It doesn't sound fun. For maybe some people it would be, but I wouldn't have. If you're gonna do something like that, I wouldn't have done it around Halloween anyway. When, the Hunter Classic has a big Halloween event that everyone loves, and people that play Call of the Wild, especially on console that can't play Classic, want them to do something like it, and they haven't done it. Literally Maximus. I just don't get that one. Do I mean bottom left? Dang, I could. I don't know. I don't fish Norway too much. What's up, Martin? Bunch of golds, no diamonds just yet. Trying to get us a diamond snakehead. One more gold will at least have our weekly done. This is a gaming PC. I don't even own a printer. What if you just scribbled the same thing on some paper, though? Who even has friends who play Call of the Wild game with in person? I know, right? Yeah, I mean, unexpectedly so. I don't know. I'm cool with them releasing some kind of card game thing that's related to the Hunter Call of the Wild in some way, but I just would not have done it around Halloween. I don't get that. Shot my second pseudomonistic tiger last night. Nice. That could work when I'm not going to? Why? You don't want to be a snow leopard? What's up, Logan? New around here, have found your content in the past couple days. Love the stuff. Well, thank you. Thanks for stopping in here on the stream as well. Just been enjoying the new Japan map here in Call of the Wild the Angler, and trying at least to catch a diamond. No such luck yet. I challenge you to a game of Cards of the Wild. Winners get nothing. What if winner has to buy lunch, though? Then you take it serious. What's up, Owen? Small males. I think the next big one we catch, gold or diamond, we will switch and maybe try to get an early morning server for koi. Even classic, Clark? For shame. I haven't been playing classic much, not because I don't want to, I just haven't had the time. But, I don't know, maybe assuming Halloween events here in 2 days, might not be a bad time to reinstall. Do you have a diamond yet? Not on this map. Your server is 4 a.m. Is that early morning, or do you want 5 or 6? Just been playing Red Dead Online last month on my small SSD. Hey, nothing wrong with Red Dead. I was thinking there was I think on Facebook or maybe Twitter. I don't remember. There was like a post that was somebody that bought like all the Red Dead games, Red Dead Revolver, Red Dead 1 and 2, and what's the other one I'm forgetting? There's 4. But that in like a bunch of Mountain Dews and stuff, and I was like, I miss the days of like, I'm going to play Red Dead for 14 hours today and do nothing. Not many days like that anymore. Red Dead Zombie, is that right? There's that darker one, finally. Maybe we've got other ones, it's kind of hard to see. Got the game a few days ago on the leveling ground at the moment. Gotcha, good deal, man. So now that a lot of these newer games are fairly established, rank Classic, Angler, Madden, Whale Hunter, and Pokemon Blue by your favorite to least favorite. Okay, I never played Pokemon Blue, but I watch enough Gen 1 Pokemon content I can rank it. Favorite to least favorite. So Call of the Wild's not in there. Classic. Ooh, it's close. I'll go Madden over Pokemon Blue only because I never actually played Pokemon Blue. Then Madden. What are the other two? Way the Hunter and Angler? Dang, right now, Angler over Way the Hunter. And that's, I feel like bad even saying that. Because Way the Hunter was, I just, you know, I always think of they were so innovative the way they did stuff. But it just, the last couple maps just haven't been it for me. Undead Nightmare. I don't think I ever played that one. I knew it could get you to rank Way the Hunter last somehow. If you asked me that, you know, a year ago, Way the Hunter could have even been third in there, but just, I don't know. Nice, Kermit. Gotta have those non-501 scores to get the records, huh? I still don't get that. No. 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 You play a zombie Marston? That is such an interesting concept. You can't fish bottom left? What, on Norway? I wish I knew the name of the dock or anything, but I just don't. Almost a gold. Now what's she working? Yeah, someone going to the club. She's right again. I don't know how she heard that. I never even saw him come down the road. I can't believe that they're going to ask for Red Dead 1 on Steam. I sure I want it, but not at that price. Do you know what the price is going to be? Setting out tomorrow for a Montana deer hunt. Wish me luck. That sounds awesome, man. Hopefully you get one. Get some good photos and everything in the views. Hopefully the weather cooperates, too. Woof. Woof indeed. It's so funny, because she doesn't always bark at them when they go to the club. It's just when she's in a barky mood, she's like, you're not allowed to be here. $60 for PS4 since they remastered. I ain't paying that. I'd like to play it, but I ain't paying that. It's a, like, 20-year-old game. It's so dumb. Like, I get it, but I don't. Remastered or not, like, $30 is the most I'd pay. What are the odds Flinter isn't a closeted PUBG phenom? Have you seen me play any game where anything shoots back at me? I have, under my belt, probably less than 20 PUBG wins. Across all 3 squads, duos, and singles. There was a point where I won, it might not be that low, but there was a point where I'd win like maybe a game a night when it was super popular, meaning like there were plenty of people who were bad at the game like me. But, yeah, not good at such games. Did they, Clark? That's lame as well. Make a super chat goal for Flancher to buy Red Dead 1. I'll stream it if you guys buy it for me. Feels like a bad precedent to set. It's like a 15-year-old game. It might be older than that, right? That might be 2009. I think you're right. 15 sounds right. 14, not 20. Yeah, close enough. Microtransaction-y, I would imagine you're onto something there. Join me at the volcano? Okay. I don't know why I was convinced that I needed to catch one more gold snakehead. I can catch a gold koi, too. Like not being able to catch Pokemon on Twitch streams? Hey. Just because I'm bad at the game. Clash of Clans stream incoming? When was this? Would have been in 2021 still, so a while ago now. What am I doing? I went to visit Kyla in Georgia, and there were a couple of days where Kyla still had to work, and her parents weren't home, and I was just like, I was there visiting, so I just watched the dogs, basically, for them. And I was like, what am I gonna do? Because, like, we hadn't been together that long, so I'm just, like, in basically a stranger's house. What am I gonna do all day? So I installed Clash of Clans. That was what I did all day. Red Dead 2's $100? You know, like, Admittedly, it is worth it. But the problem is the standard that sets. Because, you know, what's GTA 6 going to cost? Anything, like, that would get me back into the game any kind of seriously, Clark? Because, you know, I know a guy that got a diamond snow leopard and could maybe stream some other stuff every now and then if he wanted to. That is pretty cool, Polecat. GTA 4 was the first one I played. I didn't play San Andreas or any of the ones before that. I have, well, let me put it this way. I have since, but I didn't, like, GTA 4 was the first GTA I played. So, I think it'd be cool for Nico to be in it too. You bought Red Dead for 20 bucks? I know I didn't pay 100. I broke my Jeep. It's kind of good because I don't like the sound. Mostly small content, been coming in regularly since October. Gotcha. Steam says $99.99. Crazy. Is the map worth it? I quite like it so far. Timing are a lot of fun. I think chum salmon are really cool. The white spotted char, apparently like 53 pounds is diamonds, so they're going to be massive. I like large fish, so if you like to catch like some of the biggest stuff in the game, this map has it. Timing get a little bit bigger than Wells Catfish. Let there be light. The Ultimate Edition's 100 on sale for 35. If I didn't already have it, I might buy it. There's so many... This happens every year. Like, you know... Basically, turkey season in the spring, so I don't do too much gaming in the spring. And then the new map for Call of the Wild comes out in the summer, and I really get into that. Usually, the last couple years in the summer, I'm great one grinding and trying to get the last couple diamonds. And then around October, November, I'm like, man, I haven't played Farming Sim in months. I haven't played Red Dead in this case, probably a year or so. Subnautica, like all these games I'm looking forward to playing. And then I typically can't play them till January. I really broke my Jeep. It's making no sound. Ooh, let me up. I'm still on the road. Oh, I see it. So are we koi fishing or crab fishing? So hyped for Subnautica 2? I don't even, expect it to be nearly as good as the original, because I don't think anything ever will be. But if it's somewhere between below 0 and the original, I'm all for it. Alright, bottom fishing. I used like a 7 corn, I think? Something like that. Now we can chum with bread or pearl barley or whatever. There's derpy looking animals to hunt in Ranch Sim? You can hunt in Ranch Sim? I didn't know this. Remember Red Dead 2 Sundays in Farming Sim? The Red Dead streams were really fun, because, it was 3 or 4 years after it had come out on console. And even a couple years after it had come out on PC, I think. So, pretty much, most people who had played the game had already beaten the campaign and all that. But, so a lot of people had, like, advice for stuff to do. Going into the final mission, it was like, hey, get your honor up because the ending's better. I wouldn't have handled any of the other endings well, so I'm glad that happened. But yeah, it was just a fun thing. It was like a year of 2-hour streams on Sundays to get it done. I'm assuming crabs don't hit corn, right? So I should be using something else. Oh, tilapia. Hello. 10 full ounces. Big meal. Wrong thing. So they hit... Red worm might be an option. Let's do that. Because I'm imagining crabs hit red worm. Yes. I have a 6 on something. On this. Wait. Okay. I already wasted half my chum. They pulled resources to help develop GTA 6. I mean, I'm not overly surprised by that. That's only like, what, a year away? I hope it's as good as advertised. Absolutely nothing. I refuse to believe we won't get a crab at least. The fact that they raised the price on story mode so high implies to me at least that they may have more plans for DLC / Red Dead Online. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you can do as much with Red Dead as you can with GTA, but GTA 5 has been 10 years of pretty consistent development. We got Flinter getting a Diamond Snowy before GTA 6. Wild. Holy. Maybe I should have stuck with a 7 and done a Bloodworm. Got a 114 non-tip Blacktail. Team on the leaderboard 96. Not bad. Been a while since I've had a non-tip Blacktail. I want to get a big one. I've got, you know, pretty nice non-typical muleys and whitetail, but I've never had above a 145 non-tip Blacktail. There we go, something. Big male. I can tell you for sure, this is not a crab. Nor is it a crusty. Decent. I thought these guys were going to get way bigger, honestly. Because koi in the wild, they have a tendency to just explode size-wise. My hopes for Rockstar working on Red Dead are probably a pipe dream. It's just such a good game, though. Like, everybody wants them to keep adding because it was so well done. Small. This is not Avatar: The Last Airbender with the giant koi. Oh. Well, you would think so, because this one's apparently 1.6 pounds and it looks like an 8-pound fish. So a boy can dream, okay? Hunter Classic 2 is my most wanted game. I just want them to, like, remaster the current one. Like, new engine, everything. It's not going to happen, but I want it. Released a goldfish in my grandpa's pond once. We now have oversized carp and kois. That's all I'm saying. They get thick. Red Dead 3 is in the works? I would think. Who's the main character in Red Dead 3, though? Jack? No, Jack's in Red Dead 1, right? It depends on what direction they go with Red Dead 3, but I feel like they do a new main character. Just want some of Classic's mechanics in Call of the Wild? I want the bow hunting. You think it'd be Jack Marston again? Jack is John's son? But you get to play as Jack in Red Dead 1, am I insane? Jack's story is written, Clark says. Alright. Gonna try a bloodworm instead. At the very end, he lives till 1992. maybe this will work better. I don't think they should restart necessarily. Meaning make a story from, like, scratch. Something that obviously ties in, but I feel like a completely new main character would be better. A more modern Red Dead? I don't know if that really works. Maybe. I think it sort of has to be the Old West. This is either a big crab or a small koi. Or a tilapia. Do a story for Micah? No. Micah deserves nothing. You know, was it me or did I see a video of it? I think it was me. I've watched so much Red Dead content, and so, you know, so many different funnies with the cutscenes and stuff, but I'm pretty sure I shot him in the head with a bow in that final scene, and, like, he just had an arrow straight between his eyes, like, staggering around. I think that was me, but it's been a while. Hey, a gold. Nice. Got my weekly done. I don't... Did you know the literary center of the Pentateuch is the legislature around the Day of Atonement? I did not know that. Personally, I hope they go the opposite direction in time. Arthur being a side character. See, that's what I want them to do too. Because I don't think they expected Arthur to be so beloved like he was. So maybe if they brought him back, if they went back in time. I'd be fine with that though too, Clark. Because there's more you can do with a story that's basically entirely open-ended. And you can even still run into the same, you know, you can still run into the Pinkertons or whatever, in a way. Or the... What was the rival? Can't think of their name right now. That's bothering me. O'Driscoll, yes, thank you. Like around World War I? So I feel like the advent of the motor vehicle can't be a thing. Well, trains, but personal motor vehicle. I think horses have to be a staple of a Red Dead game, otherwise it's just not the same. I think I'd be fine with any of those, Clark, but 2 and 3 I'd prefer. What drugs are Rockstar on? Charging $50 for the Red Dead 1 PC port? Money drugs. Holy, we've been live for 3 hours and 40 minutes. What's up, AT? Welcome back. Medieval Red Dead. What was that game? Mordor, something like that? I have it, but... Mordau it was. And just like that, all the fish disappeared. That's what I got confused with, JTech. Hello down there? We have bread. We have a small hook. Surprised we haven't caught a crab yet. Maybe the water's too warm? I mean cold. Playing Shadows of Mordor right now. Nice. You can hunt grizzlies. We spent the first 2 hours of the stream, well, hour and 45 minutes of the stream doing that. Killed a bunch. Nothing big at all. I think one max estimate 7. Just no big ones whatsoever. Alright. Obviously, this ain't the spot. And that stuff's about to expire, so... Yeet. Huh? The angler's so broken on Steam, it shows you playing like a bunch of times. I don't understand why. Don't you gotta go hunting soon? Yeah, I'm not sure whether we'll go all the way to 4 or if we'll wrap up here in like 10 minutes just to get a jump on heading up to the house. I do think, though, it's kind of warm. I'm probably just hunting in the food plot behind the house. I'm not sure where to have Kyla go, though. Maybe she can go there and I can go elsewhere, but regardless, I'm not too worried about getting there super early. What's up, Chaz? Did I change something? Like, hunting is more important than video games? Well, this is how I make a living, though. Send her to the back rooms. Here's what happens, right? Every time I hunt the food plot, either I see nothing, or I see a buck that I won't shoot. Every time Kyla hunts the food plot, a big doe comes out in my bow range beyond her bow range. So, it seems like we're guaranteed to fail no matter who goes there, but if we guess the right day and get the right person in there, somebody's killing something. Like I had, it wasn't big, 80-inch 8-point maybe? Something like that. At 18 yards for forever. Like a perfect Kyla first buck type of deer. And he just stood there broadside for 12 years. And I'm like, of course I'm here today. But what do you do? Plan on going out at 4:30? Yeah, if we, there's a crab. Huge, 10 ounces. If we end the stream right at 4, I mean, I gotta back the truck over here, load everything up. I probably should end in like 5 minutes, to be honest. Probably better. The timing gives so much XP, they do. We've nearly got, so I just leveled up to 82 very recently, and we're almost 83 just from today's stream, and we only caught 10 timing or so. How long is the stream going to be? I think just a couple more minutes. Gonna record it? Yeah, I'll have the cameras. I haven't, that I can recall, I haven't gone hunting in the last 6 years. Nice one, Gurr. I haven't gone hunting in the last 6 years without a camera with me. Stream from the stand or blind. Hello everyone, this is the Hunter DD33. Today, we're chasing big males. Here he is. Possible another crab? Hey, Flips. Unfortunately, we are just a couple of minutes from wrapping up, but still hoping to clutch some kind of big male. We've had a good session, though. I mean, we've caught 15 golds or so, I bet. Something like that. 14. I think I might have had 2 prior, so I guess only 12, but it sure felt like we had a bunch of gold jump salmon. The one that I use, Chaz, they don't sell anymore. But Bottom Boy got a pretty good one that I think has done really well for him. It takes great footage. I think the only difference is, it seems to me mine powers my microphone, because he had his mic die a couple times, and I've never had that happen. Like, the mic has its own battery, but I don't charge mine very often. I've never had any issues with it dying, so my thought is that maybe my camera is actually powering it. But either way, I can send you the link for what he has. It'll be a special stream? Hey, I mean, I know I drop frames now, but up at my parents', there ain't a lot of service. iPhone works really well. Speaking, I need to remember to get my little remote thingy off the tripod one. Anyway, yeah, for archery hunting, stuff that's going to be in bow range, you can use your phone, no problem. They make little camera arms for your phone these days, too. They said the Halloween event's going to be Thursday for Classic. On the 31st. Check out. Oh, I was going to say, I didn't know you messaged me, but it must have been today. How many maps are there in the Angler? 5? Golden Ridge, Norway, Spain, Africa, and Japan. I still want an ice fishing map. That could be a decent crab, probably a tilapia. Yeah. I think they removed the Halloween event on Call of the Wild and kept it on Classic. I mean, I'm glad they kept it on Classic, because Classic's Halloween event is definitely the biggest thing they do every year. But I don't understand why Call of the Wild hasn't built on what they've done before. Like the 3-headed animals stuff they've done, even the glowing animal thing a couple years ago. I thought it was cool. Could definitely see trail cams being an addition to Way the Hunter. The way the Hunter works, trail cams would suit that game better than Call of the Wild or Classic. That's true. I don't have the Angler, but I do want to get it. I think it's on Game Pass, right? So that's maybe an option. One more fish? Maybe a couple more fish. Doesn't take any time to get them in, but if they don't bite. I don't think being 0.6 feet down is what I want, so actually... What the heck fishing rod is that? That thing's absurd. They could do a tiger that's constantly tracking, makes no noise no matter where you are. Wait, for what? Oh, for Halloween? I like it. For some reason, Maximus, maybe I just had, like, the narrations off. I never heard it. So I never even experienced that. It's a candy cane. Bros, never mind. It's my long pole, bro, my Christmas rod. Right. Come on, one more fish. This game doesn't like me sometimes. I guess I'll throw some bread out. It feels like a waste because I'm going to leave after this, but... Love the idea of an animal hunting you across the whole map. Maybe, like, if they only did it on one map, because there's going to be some people that would absolutely hate that. Like, it would trigger anxiety and stuff. That obviously probably wouldn't be something they want to do to people, but for those that want to participate in it, I think that'd be awesome. All right, last fish of the day. Let's have a big male here. What map do you think it'll be on? I don't know. Ooh, decent tension, actually. Gonna be just a solid koi, but borderline gold, I'd say. I think so. Nice pattern, too. Oh, pretty close. I think you need 6 pounds for a diamond, but we will take that. Nice goldie to wrap us up. Gonna end the stream. Yeah, we are going to... That's literally your koi, is it really? It'd be funny because how koi are if the same one stayed, you know, across the surfer. Anyway, we are indeed gonna wrap up. We're gonna head out, drive up to my parents, do some hunting this evening, and hopefully, you know, it's that time of year, you never know. Catch a buck cruising, something like that, looking for that first hot doe. Could be interesting. And biggest 5-pound fish I've ever seen. It does look like a 20-pounder, to be honest. Anyway, that is indeed going to do it for this one. So, when's your next stream? I think Thursday night in Classic over on Twitch. That's going to be the plan. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support today and dealing with the lack of streams lately due to internet struggles. Hopefully we can keep on doing these if things are going to work. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Just to be clear, by the way, this is like making up for Monday's stream, so there is no video later today. There will be a video tomorrow. Okay, bye.